The Lansing Lugnuts are on the air. It's time for the Lugnuts Oldsmobile pregame show with Brad Tillery on Lansing's Good Time Oldies station, Oldies 92.1.
Live from Oldsmobile Park in beautiful downtown Lansing, Michigan, Lansing Lugnut Baseball is on the air. Tonight, the Lansing Lugnut Midwest League Class A affiliate of the Toronto Blue Jays gets set to take on the Cedar Rapids Kernels Midwest League Class A affiliate of the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim in the final game of a 4-game set and also the final game of an 8-game homestand here at Oldsmobile Park. Hello, everyone. Welcome into the broadcast once again. This is Brad Tillery with you on another gorgeous night for baseball here in Lansing. The Lugnuts are riding a 6-game winning streak right now. They are 16-5 on the season, and they have the best record in all the Midwest League. And they look for the series sweep tonight over Cedar Rapids, something that hasn't happened in a while for Lansing against Cedar Rapids. Before we get to the lineups and everything else around that today, let's give you a bit of Lugnut news going on. Chris Gutierrez is no longer with the ball club. Chris was promoted to Dunedin after the game last night, so he is down in Florida now. Taking his spot on the Lugnuts roster is Anthony Hatch. Hatch, 6'3", 195 pounds, 22 years old. He is an infielder from Scottsdale, Arizona. He played his college baseball at Nicholls State University, and he joined the Lugnuts today. He flew in this afternoon. He's not in the lineup tonight, but he will travel with the Lugnuts now, as congratulations goes out to Chris Gutierrez as he makes the next step up towards Toronto, heading down to Dunedin to play in the High 8 Florida State League, and we wish him all the best of luck there. Well, the Lugnuts won a 5-2 decision yesterday here at Oldsmobile Park. Lansing fell 2-0 early. It was in the third inning when the Kernels scored 2 runs. However, the Lugnuts scored 5 unanswered, including a solo blast off the bat of Corey Patton. Patton got another RBI in the game, and he is now tied for the league lead in RBIs with 19 heading into tonight's action. We are just 21 games in so far this year. The standings in the Midwest League from the Eastern Division, the Lugnuts lead it by 2.5 games with a 16-5 record. West Michigan follows it up with a 13-7 record. Fort Wayne is 4.5 back, 11-9. Dayton 9-12, 7 back, as are the Southwest Michigan Devil Rays with the same record. South Bend will round out the Eastern Division. They're 8-13 with they are 8 games behind Lansing. In the West, Kane County continues to lead. They're 12-9, and they are 1 game ahead of Beloit and Peoria, who are each 11-10. Cedar Rapids, the Swing of the Quad Cities, and the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers all follow up at 10-11, 2 games behind Kane County. Burlington's 3 games back. They're 9-12, and the Clinton Lumber Kings 7-14, 5 games behind Kane County, and they round out the division for the West of the Midwest League. Lansing and Cedar Rapids finishing up their series tonight. On the bump for the Lugnuts is Christian Bell, a right-hander who's 2-0 with a 2.95 ERA. Nick Adenhart will hose him for the Cedar Rapids Kernels. Adenhart is 3-0 with a 1.46 ERA. He's also a right-hander, and Adenhart is one of the most highly rated prospects in this entire Cedar Rapids, or in this entire LA Angels system. Well, since we are getting close to game time, let's run down the starting lineups first for the Cedar Rapids Kernels, who come into the game with a 10-11 record, and they are 2 games behind in the Western Division. Leading off and batting first, the center fielder, Brad Kuhn. Batting second, the shortstop, Heinle Stacia. In the 3 spot, the catcher, Brett Martinez. Cleaning up the designated hitter, Jordan Wren. Batting fifth, the left fielder, Patrick Riley. Batting sixth, the third baseman, Travis Schlicting. In the 7th spot, the first baseman, Mark Trumbo. First time that the Lugnuts will see him all series. Coming back since the first game of the series is Larry Infante. He'll play second base and bat 8th. And rounding out the lineup, Madison Edwards, the right fielder, who bats 9th for Cedar Rapids tonight. As we said, the man on the hill is Nick Adenhart. He's 3-0 with a 1.46 ERA so far on the season. For the Lansing Lugnuts, the lineup tonight shapes up like this. Batting first and playing second base is Sean Shoffett. Batting second, the right fielder, Jacob Butler, as he takes the normal spot of Chris Gutierrez in the lineup. And I will be curious to see how the 2 spot fills up over the next few weeks with Gutierrez now gone. The designated hitter is Corey Patton. He bats third in the cleanup spot, the first baseman, Joey Metropolis. Batting fifth, the left fielder, Brian Pedway. Batting sixth, the catcher, Josh Bell. 7 hole features the third baseman, Anthony Garibaldi. Batting eighth, the center fielder, Yuba Rodriguez. And batting ninth, the shortstop, Jesus Gonzalez. Starting pitcher tonight for Lansing, Christian Bell. 2-0 with a 2.95 ERA so far on the year. Well, another beautiful afternoon here in Lansing. A 6:05 start time scheduled between the Lugnuts and Kernels. Just blue skies everywhere, a few stray white clouds, but they are harmless as the sunshine splashes the entire field. Only part in shade, the left field corner. Wind blowing out towards right center, but more right across the field from foul pole to foul pole, right to left. And it blows rather hard this evening, between 10 and 15 miles an hour. It is a comfortable 62 degrees outside. Many of the players wearing the long sleeves underneath their jerseys, just to stay warm as nighttime falls. It should be another spectacular evening for baseball here in Lansing as the Lugnuts and Kernels get set to do battle again. These two teams playing their fourth game of the year against each other. Lansing looking for the series sweep here tonight over the Cedar Rapids Kernels. Christian Bell still warming up down the first base line in the bullpen for Lansing, as he may have gotten out there a little late, but Bell usually goes a couple of minutes longer than many of the starters will when it comes to warming up, just to make sure that he's good and ready to go. It's his first start since the 15-inning marathon back on Sunday, a game that he obviously got a no decision on. Or that was a 17-inning game, I should say. It was a game he got a no decision on, but he did pitch well this past Sunday, and any other day would likely come up with a win, but that day was just one of those unusual days that I will live to tell for a long time, and how that game shaped up and went. Well, it's 6:03 in the afternoon here in Lansing, and we are about 2 or 3 minutes away from first pitch, which means it's time to step aside for just a few minutes, give you these special words, and when we come back, it's first pitch between Cedar Rapids and Lansing. You're listening to Lansing Lugnut Baseball on Oldie 92.1.
The Lugnuts are teaming up with LabVIEW for another great season of fireworks shows that are sure to wow everyone. We'll light up the skies with great fireworks all season long. Brought to you by LabVIEW, your credit union for life. New in 2006, if you're a LabVIEW member, you can purchase the seats closest to the action, the executive club seats. Just show your LabVIEW card at the Lugnut box office and you can sit in these elite seats. This exclusive offer is available only to LabVIEW members. The Lansing Lugnuts, where everyone gets to play.
Tell me, America, what do you love?
We love baseball, hot dogs, apple pie, and Chevrolet.
Yep, some things never change, like baseball.
Stolen bases, radar guns, solid pride, and Chevrolet.
Did you say radar guns?
Free agents, lamp cameras, frozen jumping, and Chevrolet.
Lamp cameras?
Ball cartoons, face painting, foam, fingers, and Chevrolet.
Okay, maybe baseball has changed a little over the years, but not America's love of the game or our love for Chevy.
Right.
With 9 out of 10 Chevy cars sold, offering an estimated 30 highway miles per gallon or better, I bet there's a Chevy sharing the road with you right now. And most likely, it's headed for a baseball game.
Yeah.
Because some things never change.
Luxury boxes, super notches, veteran teams, and Chevrolet.
Chevy, baseball's #1 fan, America's #1 brand.
Fuel economy claim based on EPA estimates and RL Polk & Company 2005 calendar year to date. Passenger car total registrations in the U.S. #1 brand based on car and light duty truck registrations and official manufacturer's post reports for calendar year 2005.
Chevy, proud partner of Major League Baseball.
Young Lugnuts fans, have you ever wondered what it's like to round the bases just like your favorite Lugnut players? Well, after every Sunday home game, all kids will once again get to run the bases following the Lugnuts 205 game. Presented by Pepsi, kids get to run the bases just like their favorite players do every Meyer Kids Day. And that's not all. When they get all the way around, they'll get a refreshing glass of Pepsi to quench their thirst. Don't miss out on your chance to zip around the bases with Kids Run the Bases, presented by Pepsi. It's the Cola, the Lansing Lugnuts, where everyone gets to play.
Keeping you informed of local events. Here's Mid-Michigan News Director Todd Kuhlman with the Community News Minute on Mid-Michigan's Oldies Station 92.1.
You and your dog can get dialed up and help the Capital Area Humane Society at the same time. The third annual Fur Ball, Saturday, April 29th at the University Club of MSU. President Stephen Heaven.
We do have quite an extensive silent auction with lots of smaller things for people to bid on. Then we have a live auction as well with 8 or 10 packages in there, and hopefully they will go for quite a lot of money.
All proceeds benefit the Capital Area Humane Society.
We do take in over 5,000 animals a year. We do cruelty investigations, humane education. We do spay-neuter services for the public. We do humane education. We have volunteers. So there are a lot of ways that we get involved with the community and help the community out.
Tickets are $100 each and can be reserved by calling 626-6821. And don't forget your dog.
We do have a limited number of tickets for dogs. Dogs can come out, enjoy the ultimate doggy spa. They have their own gourmet meal prepared.
Again, for tickets, call 626-6821, extension 42.
Daddy, why is the sky blue?
Well, because Mother Nature wanted to match your pretty little eye.
Nope, not even close. See, all colors have wavelengths that are diffused by oxygen and nitrogen. Since blue has the shortest wavelength, it's diffused up to 10 times more. So the human eye sees more of it than any other color. That's why the sky looks blue, Daddy.
Who in the world taught you that?
Mommy?
By 6th grade, too many girls lose interest in math and science. And in just a few short years, almost all of the jobs they'll want will depend on having these skills. So keep her interest alive any way you can.
Daddy, do you know why the concept of odd and even is a philosophical illusion?
Why don't you tell me?
For more information and ideas, visit www.girlsgotech.org. Remember, it's her future. Do the math. A public service message brought to you by Girl Scouts of the USA and the Ad Council.
This is the station for good times and great oldies. WQTX, St. John's, Lansing.
Lansing's Good Time Oldies station, Oldies 92.1, presents Lugnuts Baseball. Brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance. Making your future more predictable. LastU, your credit union for life. Pepsi, it's the Cola. Oldsmobile General Motors, proud sponsor of the Lansing Lugnuts. Now, with the call, here's Brad Tillery.
Well, welcome back to Oldsmobile Park, everybody, as we get set to play baseball here this afternoon. The national anthem has been played. The ball club is warming up, and it is a beautiful afternoon and evening for Lansing Lugnut baseball here tonight. Leading it off for the Cedar Rapids Kernels, Brad Kuhn, Heinley Station, and Brent Martinez, the top three in the order, and they will face Christian Bell, the starter on the hill tonight for the Lansing Lugnuts. Christian Bell, 6 foot, 185 pounds, 21 years of age, a right-hander, and of Katy, Texas. Through last year with the Auburn Doubledays. So far this year, he's 2-0 with a 2.95 ERA in 4 starts. Thrown 21 in the third, giving up 13 hits, 8 runs, 7 of them earned. He hasn't allowed any long balls. He hasn't hit anybody. He has walked 12, struck out 16. Throwing 4 wild pitches, and opponents are hitting 178 against Christian Bell. His defense today sets up like this for Lansing. Left to right in the outfield, it's Brian Petway, Huber Rodriguez, and Jacob Butler. Third baseman Anthony Garibaldi. The shortstop, Jesus Gonzalez. At second base, Sean Shoffin. Over at first, Joey Metropolis. And behind the plate is Josh Bell, as the Bell-to-Bell battery goes to work again today. Lansing riding a 6-game winning streak coming into this game. Lugnuts only lost the opener of this homestand, and that's it. Lansing is 16-5 on the year. And they will try to continue on their and build on their best record in the league with a win tonight. Brad Kuhn will stroll up to the batter's circle and get ready to stand in. Christian Bell steps on the rubber. Kuhn digging in with the left foot. So far this year, Kuhn hitting .268 with no home runs and 6 RBI. Standing even in the left-hand batter's box, Bell kicks some dirt off the rubber. Comes set, let her high. Winds and fires the first pitch. Kuhn takes it high for ball 1, and we are underway at 6:10. 6:10, the first pitch tonight. Bell will toss the ball up once and then down, and Josh Bell will immediately come out of his crouch and go down to the dugout. I don't know if he needs something for his thumb or what's going on. So as he looks for some equipment, we will describe what everybody has on and set you up for this ball game. Cedar Rapids wearing the road gray jerseys with Cedar Rapids written across the chest in red, trimmed down the white. Also, red numerals on the back, trimmed in white. They have red socks with red ball caps and red bills. Bell tugs at his jersey. Comes set, winds and fires the 1-0. Downstairs for ball 2. The Lugnuts wearing the home whites cut off at the sleeves with black undershirts. Lugnuts written across the chest in red, trimmed out in black. 2-0 delivery. Outside for ball 3. Lansing has red numerals on the back of the jersey, trimmed out in black as well. Black socks with black ball caps and black bills. 3-0 pitch. Kuhn takes a called strike at the belt, 3-1. Kuhn takes the bat low through the zone once. Pulls it up behind the left ear, 3-1 pitch. Kuhn takes a called strike, this time on the outside corner. Knee high, and the count will run full. 3 straight balls to open up the game, and then back-to-back strikes. A off pitch on the way. Kuhn takes it just high and away, and that'll be ball 4. And the leadoff man is on for Cedar Rapids in the first.
Shortstop, number 4, Hindley Stacia.
Hindley Stacia, the next batter for Cedar Rapids. Stacia hitting .275 with no home runs and 6 RBIs on the season. He also hits from the left side. Big hole on the right side to work with. Throw back to first, and Kuhn will be in diving as Metropolis tries to swipe tag over there. Middle infield pitches towards the second base bank to play a double play depth. Metropolis holds the runner at first. Stacia holds the bat high. Pitch out will be to no avail as Kuhn stayed right where he was, and the count's 1-0 to Stacia. Wind blowing from right to left today. 1-0 pitch, called for a strike on the outside half, 1-1. Fans still filing in the ballpark. Just underway here in Lansing. No score between the Kernels and Lugnuts. 1-1 pitch. Runner goes. It's outside and high. Throw down to second by Bell. Will be in time to get the runner, Kuhn. As Jesus Gonzalez applied the tag. A nice throw down there by Josh Bell. And this Lugnut catchers keep firing runners down. Or gunning them down. Caught stealing 2-6 on the play, and there's one away. 2-1 pitch. Stacia takes it outside for ball 3. Well, coming into tonight's game, Brian Bormaster and Josh Bell combined as this one is hit well towards right center field. Over for it, Butler and Rodriguez. Rodriguez calls for it and makes the play in right center. And there are 2 away. Next batter is Brent Martinez. Martinez, a .305 hitter. No home runs and 8 RBI. 2 away in the first for Cedar Rapids. As Martinez hits on the right side with an all-black lacquer back. First pitch, down low and away, a slider that missed. 1-0. Like I was saying with the catchers coming into this game, Lugnut catchers and Bell and Bormaster have thrown out 15 of 26 would-be steals. That is a 58% clip as a tandem. 1-0 pitch, Martinez takes a breaking ball inside for ball 2. Using white batting gloves, he stands ready, holding the bat shoulder high and chops it down the third baseline. Backhand stop by Garibaldi, fair ball. He throws across the diamond. Nice stretch by Metropolis as he keeps the toe on the bag and snags it out of the air. And the inning will come to a conclusion on a 5-3 ground out by Martinez. So for the Kernels in the first, no runs on no hits. There were no errors and no men left. Cedar Rapids nothing, and here come the Lugnuts in the bottom of the first. You're listening to Lansing Lugnut Baseball on Oldie 92.1.
At LastU, you've got a direct route to free checking. It's called direct deposit. You see, when you sign up for direct deposit at LaughQ, you also get free checking. No minimum balance requirement, no monthly fee, no per check fee. You'll even get a free box of checks when you open your account. Talk about a direct route to convenience. No hassle. Your pay or benefits are deposited directly into your account and free checking with no fees. You can open an account if you live, work, or attend school in Ingham, Eaton, or Clinton County. Just stop in and we'll take care of the rest. Free checking with direct deposit at LaughQ.
We're still here to lend a hand for all your hopes and dreams and plans. That's why we'll ask you, your credit union for life. We'll ask you, your credit union for life.
Member NCUA.
Calling all young Lugnuts fans. Your chance to be an official Bat Kid at a Lugnuts game returns to Old Park in 2006. The honorary Bat Kid of the game is back at the ballpark, sponsored by Farm Bureau Insurance. Kids ages 8 to 14 can register to win either at the ballpark or by going online to the Lugnuts official website at LansingLugnuts.com. The lucky winners receive a T-shirt and 4 tickets to the game with seats by the dugout. The honorary Bat Kid of the game in 2006, sponsored by Farm Bureau Insurance, making your future more predictable.
Well, the Lugnuts are due up here in the top of the first. It'll be Sean Shoffett, Jacob Butler, and Corey Patton to face the starter for Cedar Rapids tonight, the right-hander Nick Adenhart, who's 6'3", 190 pounds, out of Hagerstown, Maryland, home of the Hagerstown Sons of the South Atlantic League. Adenhart, 19 years of age, pitched last year between two teams, the Arizona League, as this is lined in the left by Shoffett. The first pitch of the game is a base hit, and the Lugnuts have a runner on. Well, Shoffett was hitting .321 with no homers and 3 RBIs before that, but the average will go up, and here comes Jacob Butler. Butler, a 190 hitter with 2 home runs, 11 RBI. Well, Adenhart pitched with the Arizona League Angels last year and the Orem Owls of the Pioneer League. So far this year, he's 3-0 with a 1.46 ERA in 4 starts. Thrown 24 2/3, given up 14 hits, 5 runs, 4 of them earned, while allowing 1 long ball. He's hit a batter. That's a call, strike at the knees to Butler, 0-1. Adenhart's walked 5, struck out 24, and opponents are hitting a scant 165 against him. Shoffett with 1 arm dangling and 1 on the knee, throw back to first, and he's then standing up. Butler even in his stance, standing tall. The pitch, check swing. It was called for a strike on the outside half, 0-2. Ken Joyce coaches third for the Lugnuts. He is the manager. Over at first is Charlie Poe, the hitting coach. Pitching coach Tom Signor. Trainer Chris Vernon. As the 0-2 is swung on and missed by Butler. And he goes down on strikes on 3 consecutive pitches. Corey Patton, the next batter. He had a huge night last night, going 2 for 4 with a pair of RBIs, including a long shot over the right field wall that landed on the Larch Street. Patton's a .299 hitter with 3 home runs and 19 RBIs. Tied for the league lead in RBIs right now, coming into this evening's ball game. Runner fakes it going, and it's down low for ball 1. Patton holding up the right hand towards Shoffett, telling him to hold up there. Working from the stretch, Adenhart kicks and fires the 1-0. It's outside, a fastball that missed, 2-0. Adenhart rests the black glove on his left thigh. Now comes set, let her high. 2-0 pitch outside again. 3-0 the count to Corey Patton with a runner at first and 1 away for the Lugnuts. No score in the bottom of the first. Adenhart sacks. He kicks and fires. It's outside again. And a 4-pitch walk to Patton will put runners at first and second for Lansing here in the first. So the Lugnuts trying to do something that many teams have not been able to do against Adenhart all season long, and that's get to the opposite, or get to him early. Joey Metropolis, the next batter. He's a .286 hitter with 2 home runs and 6 RBIs. Adenhart's rated as the 6th best prospect in the Angels farm system, according to Baseball America. 14th round selection out of Williamsport, Maryland. First pitch, Metropolis takes a called strike at the knees, 0-1. He's a guy that was ranked all the way above Homer Bailey when he first came out. And scouts started projecting the draft as this is fouled down the left side, 0-2. But he blew out his elbow and he had Tommy John surgery during his high school career. Was going to play at North Carolina. 0-2 pitch. Metropolis swings and taps it weakly towards the third baseman, Schlicting, who charges, fields with his glove, throws across his body. It's offline and off the bullpen. 1 run will come home. Going to third on the play, Patton. Metropolis is safe at first, and the Lugnuts have a 1-0 lead. Let's see when it gets ruled. Right now it's an E5. Well, definitely a throwing error because the runners came home. Patton stands at third. It could be a single in an E5. We will find out. Right now, no single has been given. So put Metropolis on first base. Headway stands in. Headway hitting .274 with 4 home runs and 15 RBIs. Laying the bat almost parallel to the ground over the right shoulder. Kick and fire. Headway takes a called strike on the outside corner at the belt. 0-1. The Lugnuts lead at 1-0 here early over the Cedar Rapids Kernels at Oldsmobile Park. Lansing looking for their 7th consecutive win tonight. The pitch, Headway. Checked the swing. It was high and away for ball 1. One count with runners at the corners. Headway swings and misses at a changeup, 1-2. Fans, if you're interested, you can email me all night long. Tillery, BTILLERY, at LansingLugnuts.com. Send your questions or comments my way. We'd love to hear from you. Runners at the corners, the 1-2 count. Headway swings and misses at a fastball knee high. And they're 2 away, both via the strikeout here in the first. Josh Bell, the next batter. Bell hitting .250 with 2 homers and 5 RBIs. Back in the lineup after 3 days off due to a stomach virus. Adenhart kicks and fires. Bell takes it down low and away for ball 1. Many of these Lugnuts have been fighting that stomach virus that Bell had during the last few days. The 1-0 pitch swung on, grounded to the left side. Deep in the hole, backhand stop by Stacia. He gets up. He will not have a play at first. Coming home to score on the play is Patton, and the Lugnuts have a 2-0 lead. Base hit all the way for Josh Bell. Deep in the hole. An RBI for him. For Bell, that is RBI number 6, and here comes Anthony Garibaldi. Garibaldi hitting .152 with a home run and 2 RBIs. He's the 7th batter to come up in the first for Lansing. And by the way, that Metropolis play was ruled a hit and an error. The pitch, Garibaldi fouled off into the screen, 0-1. Metropolis will not get an RBI, but it was ruled a hit and an error. So 1 run right now is earned. 0-1 pitch. Garibaldi swings and taps it down the third baseline. It will bounce foul, and the count runs to 0-2. 2-0 here in the bottom of the first with Lansing leading. Final game of an 8-game homestand. The Lugnuts, after tonight, will board the bus tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. We will hit the road for Davenport, Iowa for 4 days, take a day off, and then head to Peoria. The pitch, breaking ball, high and tight, 1-2. Actually, what the plan is after the game in Davenport on Tuesday, it's a 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time game, 9:30 local in Davenport. Team will head to Peoria and then spend about a day and a half there before playing again. The 1-2 swung on and missed by Garibaldi. Curveball that he was way out in front of, and the inning will come to a conclusion. But the Lugnuts in the first get 2 runs. They do it on 3 hits. There was 1 error and 2 men left on. We move to the second. The Lugnuts lead 2-0. You're listening to Lansing Lugnut Baseball on Oldie 92.1.
Stock Building Supply, the nation's largest supplier of building materials to the professional builders, would like to say thanks to the thousands of contractors and building professionals that help make us #1 for the 3rd straight year. You'll find a Stock Building Supply near your next big project, including our new showroom on Aurelius, just north of Jolly Road in Lansing. Let our kitchen specialists design the kitchen of your customer's dreams. Call Stock Building Supply today at 1-800-686-5085. Stock Building Supply, customer focused, associate driven.
Well, the Lugnuts lead 2-0 as we head to the top of the second over the Cedar Rapids Kernels, and due up for the Kernels, the middle of the order, Jordan Renz, Patrick Riley, and Travis Schlicting, and they will face Christian Bell, who stays on the mound for the Lansing Lugnuts this evening. Such a beautiful day here at Oldsmobile Park. About 61 degrees, the wind blowing in, or blowing from right to left, and on this beautiful day, it reminds me to tell you that go out there and see our friends at Timber Ridge Golf Course. They're now open with spring rates available. Stop in and see Mike Grooms, his wonderful staff. It is the best place to play in the Michigan area, and especially in and around the city of Lansing. Greens are in terrific shape. The fairways are pristine, and you will not find a better place for golf than Timber Ridge Golf Course. Call 339-8000 for your tee times. Timber Ridge Golf Course, the official golf course of your Lansing Lugnuts. Jordan Renz will lead it off here in the second for the Cedar Rapids Kernels. Renz batting .263 with a home run and 10 RBIs so far this year. He stands tall in the right-hand batter's box, holding the bat high. In the first pitch, down low for ball 1. Christian Bell has had no damage done yet, but he's had problems finding the strike zone. 1-0 pitch, swung on and missed by Renz. The breaking ball fooled him completely. He was out on his front foot. Fell into his line for the right side. The 1-1 grounded down left, grounded foul down the left side. Believe that's all, folks. 1-2 the count. Renz stands back in the right-hand batter's box, crowding the plate. Got the back foot planted on the chalk line near the back of the box. Bell holds the glove on the chest, now winds and fires the 1-2, a fastball that just missed. 2-2. Fans scattered throughout the park here tonight. Some out on the lawns. 2-2 pitch. Renz swings and flies one into right. Over for it, the right fielder Butler, who looks up into the high afternoon sun and makes the screen for out 1. Patrick Riley, the next batter. Riley on the year, hitting .282 with a home run and 12 RBIs. He has done that in 18 games so far. Riley taking his time, walking in and around the batter's circle for adjusting the helmet and standing in the left side. First pitch, Riley shows bunt, lays it down in front of the plate. Off the mound comes Bell. He fields, throws the first, and it will get Riley by half a step. 2 away in the second inning. Riley pretty speedy heading down the baseline. But it was a bunt that was relatively easy to field for Christian Bell. All he had to do was come straight off the mound, pick it up, and fire. Travis Schlicting is the 6th batter in the Kernels order. He's hitting .270 with a home run and 4 RBIs. He has an open stance, using an all-black lacquer bat, white and red batting gloves, in the pitch. Down low for ball 1, as the fastball missed below the knees and outside of the zone. Next pitch is inside. Schlicting took another fastball. 2 balls, no strikes with 2 away. Here in the top of the second, the Lugnuts lead it 2-0. Kick and fire on the 2-0. Schlicting takes it inside and low. As Bell is struggling once again to find the zone here early. 3-0 pitch. Schlicting takes a called strike to the knees. 3-1. They'll have the green light here with a 3-1 count on him and 2 away. The bases are empty for the Kernels. Wind and fire. Schlicting swings and grounds it foul down the left side, and the count runs full. Bobby Nagianis, the manager for the Kernels, coaches third. Over at first, Eric Owens, the hitting coach. Kernan Ronan's the pitching coach. The trainer, Eric Munson. The strength and conditioning coach, Andrew Emick. And the equipment manager is Ronald Rody Ply. Payoff pitch on the way. It's outside and low. And Schlicting draws a walk, the second one issued by Christian Bell tonight. Mark Trumbo is the next batter. Trumbo has not seen action all week. On the season, he's a 167 hitter with a home run and 5 RBIs. He's seen as one of the higher prospects in the Angels organization. Kick and fire. Trumbo takes it inside for ball 1. Trumbo's 6'4", 220 pounds, out of Anaheim, California. Just 19 years of age. 1-0 delivery. Trumbo swings and pops it up, foul down the left side. Over for it, Garibaldi, the third baseman, but this will float out of play off the elevator shaft down there in deep left field corner. 1-1. Trumbo must have broken his bat on the play because he had to go get a new piece of lumber out of his dugout on the third base side. Now he trots back or strolls back to the plate. Trumbo was an 18th round selection in 2004. The Angels signed him a $1.425 million signing bonus, as this is fouled down the right side, 1 and 2. Which is a record for the 18th round. Typically, a guy who is drafted in the 18th round may get an okay signing bonus in terms of baseball. 5 figures, occasionally 6. He got 1.5. We'll tell you why after the 1-2. Runner goes. The pitch swung on and missed by Trumbo. And we'll fill you in on that information the next time that Trumbo comes back. The second inning comes to a conclusion for the Cedar Rapids Kernels. No runs on no hits. There were no errors and no men left. We move to the middle of the second, or to the bottom of the second. The Lugnuts lead it 2-0. You're listening to Lansing Lugnut Baseball on Oldies 92.1.
Hope, helping other people excel. It's a scholarship program that guarantees Lansing students the promise of a college education when they stay in school, stay out of trouble, and graduate from high school. 500 sixth graders of promise who face a variety of personal and economic challenges have already been identified as Hope Scholars. And each year, your contribution will give 500 more students hope for the future. Give hope today by contributing to the Hope Scholarship Fund. Call or write the Capital Region Community Foundation.
The future's looking better and brighter every day. We're neighbors and friends who stand beside you all the way. Always there
Lugnuts fans. Did you know that our truly green ballpark is courtesy of True Green Camelon, the official lawn care provider for your Lansing Lugnuts? Thanks to True Green, it's sure to be green and beautiful all season long. For all of your lawn care needs, both residential and commercial, think True Green Camelon, the official lawn care provider for your Lansing Lugnuts. Remember, the grass is always green at Oldsmobile Park, thanks to True Green Camelon.
Well, to the bottom of the second we go. 2-0 the score, with the Lugnuts leading here early, and the 8, 9, and 1 hitters will come up to bat for Lansing. Huber Rodriguez, Jesus Gonzalez, and Sean Shoffett will all face Nick Adenhart, who is the young prospect for the LA Angels of Anaheim, and he is on the mound for the Cedar Rapids Kernels. Rodriguez with an even stance, the pitch down low for ball one. Rodriguez on the year. Well, let's find his numbers. He's .246 hitter with no home runs and 4 RBIs, and the count's 2-0 on it. Two-0 delivery. Rodriguez on the right side takes it inside. Ball 3. Adenhart looks over the black glove, pulls it over his head from the line. The 3-0 pitch. Gonzalez takes a called strike. That was Rodriguez taking a called strike. 3-1. I'll tell you why I got confused. The board out in center field sent Gonzalez. I looked up at it and got confused. 3-1 pitch way outside as it gets past the catcher Martinez. Rodriguez draws a walk, and the Lugnuts have the leadoff man on here in the second. Second walk issued by Adenhart. Jesus Gonzalez is the ninth batter in the order for Lansing, and he will come up. Pitching coach Kernan Ronan on the bump right now with his hurler and catcher, trying to settle Adenhart down. Gonzalez hitting .237 with no home runs and 5 RBIs on this very young season. Game number 22 of the year. Home game number 13. Speaking of home games, the Lugnuts will not return home until May the 8th, when they kick off an 8-game homestand with Kane County and West Michigan. That first game against Kane County will be the 700th regular season game ever played here at Oldsmobile Park. Throw to first, and it will chase Rodriguez back in. If you want your tickets to that series, which includes a Molson Thirsty Thursday, a last few fireworks show, go back to first again, and Rodriguez is in standing up. It also includes the WILX, the first installment of the WILX Summer Entertainment Series, featuring Myron Noodleman. A Meyer Kids Day with Pepsi Kids run the bases, as this pitch missed outside. It was a pitch out, but Rodriguez held. All of that stuff is going on in this next homestand, beginning Monday, May the 8th, an 8-game homestand. If you want your tickets, dial 517-485-4500 or visit www.lansingLugnuts.com. Go back to first again, as they are very worried about Huber Rodriguez at first on the bag. Rodriguez has a pinch at the steal at times. He swiped 7 bags in 8 attempts. 1-0 delivery. Checked his swing, did Gonzalez, and he missed inside and low for ball 2. Delivery. Gonzalez swings and taps it slowly towards the third baseman Schlicting, who charges, has only played a first. It's in time to retire Gonzalez. Rodriguez will move to second on the play, and with 1 away, we move back to the top of the order for Sean Shoffett, who's 1 for 1 with a run scored. Only one of the 2 runs in the first inning was earned to Adenhart, who was seemingly headed to the University of North Carolina coming out of high school after he blew out his elbow. The pitch inside low, and a nice stop by Brett Martinez, the catcher, to go down to 2 knees and keep it in front of him. Adenhart, everybody thought was going to North Carolina. Instead, he said, you know what, I'm going to sign in the 14th round for $710,000. And it's been a good decision so far, the 1-0 down low for ball 2. He was the number 2 prospect in the Arizona League last year. He already has 3 pitches already polished up in his repertoire, the 2-0, inside and high, 3-0 the count to Shopping. Fastball touches 94 at times, but sits in the low 90s. Has an 11.5 curveball with very sharp late break. 3-0 pitch, there's the fastball, and it's down low, a 4-pitch walk issued to Shopping. And Adenhart is wild here tonight. Second walk of the inning, third of the game. And here comes Jacob Butler, who struck out swinging his first time. Adenhart trying to develop a circle change, a pitch that Greg Maddox has perfected. Anytime you see that ball out of Greg Maddox cut back the way it does as a throwback to second, chases Rodriguez in standing up. You see Maddox throw a ball in the inside half if a left-hander's up, and it cuts back just over the corner, or back to the middle of the plate, and the left-hander thinks it's a ball inside as the Butler grounds this one foul, 0-1. That's Maddox's circle change. The way it comes out of the hand, looks like a fastball, and then tails back at the end. One knock on Adenhart is what he's shown tonight, and it's his control. Throw back to second again, and Rodriguez didn't have to dirty up the jersey as he's in standing up. Throws to home this time, and Butler takes a called strike at the thigh. 0-2 the count to him. If you're interested in questions or comments tonight, remember you can email me, btillery@lansinglugnut.com. btillery@lansinglugnut.com. 0-2 pitch. Butler swings and loops one in the left. Out now in fourth. The left fielder Riley will fall in front of him for a base hit, and he misplays it and rolls past him. One run is home. Being waved around third, Shopping. He will score, and the Lugnuts lead it 4-0. In safely at second base is Jacob Butler, and let's see how this gets ruled. It's definitely a base hit because it broke out, but conceivably that could be an error in left when it got past him. He was in front of it and absolutely just overran it. 4-0, the Lugnuts lead in the second. Well, that seemed to be your normal looping fly out when it first came off the bat. It is a hit. No error on the board yet. The pitch to Patton inside and high for ball 1. And an error. So it is a hit and an error as the pitch called for a strike. 1-1 to count. Patton stands on the left side. Throw back to second will be off the glove of Station. It bounces towards the second baseman Infante. Diving in on the play was Butler. So credit Butler with a single to left. That scored Rodriguez. Moved Shoppett to second. And then Shoppett scored on the E7. And then put Butler at second base with the E7. 1-2 pitch. Patton swings and loops it into center. Coming in on it hard, the center fielder Kuhn. It will fall in front of him for a base hit. Holding up at third is Jacob Butler. And the Lugnuts have runners on the corners with one away. Joey Metropolis is the next batter. Metropolis with an infield single his last time up. Well, Lansing has come out swinging the bats tonight. 5 hits already. Well, Lugnuts have been helped out by 2 Cedar Rapids errors, as Lansing attempts to garner a sweep. If the Lugnuts do complete this sweep, it'll be the first time since last year. The pitch, Metropolis swings and hits it well to left center. Going back on it, Kuhn racing towards the left center field gap. He'll make the catch. Tagging up and jogging home on the play, Jacob Butler. And Lansing has another one across. It's 5-0. Sacrifice fly by Joey Metropolis. An RBI for him. And here comes Brian Petway with 2 outs. Staying over at first base on the play was Corey Patton. Petway struck out swinging his first time. He had a good day yesterday at the plate, going 3 for 4. The pitch, Petway swings and misses at a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. 0-1. Next pitch, called for a strike at the knees, 0-2, Petway. The last time the Lugnuts swept this series was a 3-game set. Actually, it wasn't even that series. I misread it. Well, got to keep going back. It was a 4-game set with Peoria last year between July 21st and it was July 24th. And they swept that set here in Oldsmobile Park. Petway swung and missed at the last pitch of the inning. A breaking ball down low and away. And he has struck out for the second time in the game. But the Lugnuts scored 3 runs in the second. They do it on 2 hits. There was 1 error and 1 man left. We move to the third. The Lugnuts lead 5-0. You're listening to Lansing Lugnut Baseball on Oldie 92.1.
I have an invention, but I don't know what to do next.
Are you an inventor? Or do you know an inventor who would like to attempt to have an invention or idea patented and submitted to industry? For free information on how to proceed, grab a pen and get ready to write down a toll-free number. InventHelp, one of America's largest invention companies, has inventors' information for you.
I really like thinking about inventions, but then what?
Find out how you can obtain free information for recording your invention's date of origination, plus material of interest to new inventors.
I've done enough thinking. Now, I'm going to call.
Learn how to get your free information by dialing 1-800-663-8202. Even if you only have an idea for improving an existing product and don't know where to go with it, you'll want this inventor's information. It's a free call, so dial 1-800-663-8202. That's 1-800-663-8202.
We move to the top of the third. The Lugnuts lead at 5-0 over the Cedar Rapids Kernels. Cedar Rapids, no runs on no hits and 2 errors so far in the ball game. The Lugnuts, 5 runs, 5 hits, and no errors. As Lansing has jumped all over the Cedar Rapids Kernels tonight. Christian Bell, the starter for the Lugnuts. He's walked 2 batters, but left them both stranded. As Lansing tries to go for win number 7 in a row tonight. Infante stands in, Larry Infante, batting .147 with no home runs and 4 RBIs. Bell winds and fires slowly, and the pitch called for a strike at the knees. 0-1. Christian Bell with a very slow wind on the hill. High leg kick, the 0-1 pitch, swung on and missed. Nice changeup away from Infante, 0-2. Even in a stance in the left-hand box, Infante next pitch, high and away around the eyes. And the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Bell has the sign from his catcher, Bell. 1-2 pitch, just missed the inside corner, 2-2. You know, last half inning we were talking about the last time the Lugnuts had a sweep period. the only time the Lugnuts and Cedar Rapids Kernels have ever experienced a sweep in a 4-game set. 2-2 pitch, swung on, grounded to the right side. Nice backhanded diving stop by Metropolis, who gets up to his knees and tosses it to the covering bell for out 1. 3-1 on the putout. Metropolis made a diving backhanded stop in the hole, and then just got up to his knees and made a little quick flip to the covering Christian Bell. 3-1 on the putout with 1 away. Here comes Madison Edwards, hitting 130 with no home runs and 2 RBIs. You know, all time these two teams have played coming into this series, 20 different series, 10 of them here at Oldsmobile Park, and 10 in Cedar Rapids as Edwards showed bunt and pulled back, and it's down low for a ball. The appeal down to first, and he pulled it back in time, 1-0. Out of those 20 series, there's only been one sweep. It happened in 1997 here at Oldsmobile Park. 1-0 pitch. Edwards takes it high and away. 2 balls, no strikes. The Lugnuts swept the Cedar Rapids Kernels that year here at Olds Park. They went 2-2 in Cedar Rapids that season, and that's the only time. Next pitch, high and away. 3 balls, no strikes to Bell, or from Bell to Edwards. These teams are, when they get together, most likely to split historically. 3-0 delivery. Edwards takes a called strike at the belt, 3-1. They have split 11 of the 20 series. Three-one delivery. Edwards will take a called strike on the outside corner. He was about to lay the bat down, thinking it was ball 4. And just as he was letting it go, clinched his 5th once again to keep it in the hand. 3-2 the count with 1 away in the top of the third. A 5-0 score. Lugnuts leading. The pitch swung on and looped towards the shortstop, Gonzalez, who leaps and it falls over him in the left center for a base hit. Heading for second on the play is the runner Edwards. The throw coming in from center is not in time, as Edwards dives in head first into the second base bag, and he will have a double.
Center field number 15, Brad Coon.
Give Edwards credit. Hustling the entire way around the first base. Sliding in just under the tag of Sean Shoffett, who thought he may have applied it before Edwards got to the bag, but unfortunately for the Lugnuts, Shoffett's opinion is not the one that counts. Brad Coon stands in. He's 0 for 1. Or he walked his first time. He lays out a bunt here. Back to the pitcher, Bell, who throws the first in a 1-3 sacrifice, puts 2 away. Runner at third is Madison Edwards, who moved up on the play. Hindley Stacia, the next batter. Stacia flew out to center in the first. The Lugnuts will not see the Cedar Rapids Kernels again until August 5th through the 8th. Pitch called for a strike on the outside corner to Marco Albano, who is pinch hitting for Stacia. Albano swings and misses, 0-2, and I to be honest, I'm not sure exactly why Statia's out of the game. I'm not sure if he may got hurt or what. But Albano's in the game. He's hitting .250 on the year with no homers and no RBI. 0-2 delivery. Albano takes it down low and away. A ball and 2 strikes. Cedar Rapids opened up a new ballpark 5 years ago. It's their 5th year at Veterans Memorial Stadium. They have one of the bigger media guys in the Midwest League. 1-2 pitch. Albano takes it high, and he ducked out of the way as the breaking ball was over his head. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Their media guide is about 110 pages long. 8.5 by 11 pages. Just tons of information in here. What next pitch? Fouled off the right side. 2-2. I mean, think about by comparison where a Major League Media Guide somewhere around 300 pages or so. And they're not 8.5 by 11. So, I mean, when you think about this, this is a lot of information to look at. My kind of stuff. Break-even pitch to Albano. Swung on and looped foul into the screen, off the top of the screen and into the stands. And it falls right behind Big Lug. Sitting down in the stands next to a couple of fans. Getting set for the next promotion where a couple of lucky fans will win seat upgrades here at the ballpark. Thanks to our friends at Capital City Airport. 2-2. Albano swings and misses at a breaking ball. He goes down on strikes. The second one recorded by Christian Bell in the ball game. And the Kernels leave one stranded at third base. So in the third for Cedar Rapids. No runs on a hit. There were no errors and a man left. We move to the bottom of the third. 5-0 your score. Lugnuts lead. You're listening to Lansing Lugnut Baseball on Oldies 92.1.
Hey, Niall.
Yeah, man.
I'm really excited.
Yeah, I could tell.
Pepsi's giving away 70 new Chevy Tahoes in 70 days.
I know.
And we could win one.
Yeah. Chevy Tahoe, man. Customized by racing legend Jeff Gordon and Mr. X to the Z exhibit.
If I won, I think I'd go crazy or something.
So, hey, take it easy, Chad.
In fact, just the thought of winning makes my emotions scream like 1,000 rabid monkeys riding a roller coaster that's flying off the track into oblivion.
You know you're crazy, Chad.
Can you handle winning a 2007 Chevy Tahoe? Pepsi's giving away 70 of them in 70 days, with everything from 24-inch wheels to flip-down LCD screens. Get the details at PepsiFreeRide.com. Pepsi, it's the cola.
Hey, Niles, stand back. I'm gonna snap. There.
I gotta go.
No purchase necessary. For official rules and address for free game piece, visit PepsiFreeRide.com. Void where prohibited. Ends 4/10/06. Open to U.S. residents 13 and up.
Plumtree Apartments in beautiful Delta Township offers a relaxing and comfortable atmosphere for everyone. Plumtree offers affordable living in a quiet residential neighborhood and is within walking distance of several major businesses. Plumtree Apartments has it all, including 24-hour maintenance and an indoor pool and sauna. If you're looking for a new place to call home, then live where the Lugnuts do. Call Plumtree at 517-321-1765. Plumtree Apartments, the official apartments of the Lansing Lugnuts. The Lansing Lugnuts, where everyone gets to play.
Well, we move to the bottom of the third, 5-0 to score. The Lansing Lugnuts lead, and Josh Bell will lead it off. A defensive change for the Cedar Rapids Kernels. Larry Infante will move to shortstop. Moving over and playing second base now for the Kernels as Bell swings and misses at strike one. Will be the man who pinch hit, Marco Albano, so that means Stacia will be done for the night. Bell awaits the 0-1, swings and grounds it towards the new shortstop, Infante. Picks it up on two hops, throws it over to first. On a line, and it hits the first baseman in the chest. 6-3 on the putout, one away. Next batter, Anthony Garibaldi. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout swinging. Lansing leads it 5-0 over the Kernels. Into the motion is Adenhart. He fires the pitch, a breaking ball down low and away. 1-0. Outfield play straight away. Shadows continuing to cover the left field area, but that's about it. 1-0 pitch, another breaking ball that hit Garibaldi. No, it looked like it hit him for a second. I thought he was going to drop the bat. Instead, it missed inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Garibaldi holding the bat, shoulder high. Next pitch, swung on, grounded to the left side. Backhand stop by Infante, and it gets past him in the left field. Well, Garibaldi's going to be safe at first on what will likely be a straight error. It is an E6, the third one of the game committed by Cedar Rapids, and we're just in the bottom of the third inning. Huber Rodriguez is the next batter. Rodriguez walked and scored his first time. Going on the play is Garibaldi. Throw down to second, and Garibaldi will be nailed there. Martinez threw him out, caught stealing, 2-6 on the play. And there are 2 away in the third. Lugnuts trying to play aggressive baseball. And that time, the roll of the dice didn't work for Kenny Joyce and the Lansing Lugnuts. Garibaldi will likely see a lot more action at third base now. The 0-1 down low for ball one. Chris Gutierrez, if you haven't heard, was promoted to Dunedin after the ball game last night. 1-1 pitch. Rodriguez spins out of the way and takes a breaking ball high and tight, 2-1. Garibaldi was playing about half the time in third base anyway during the season. He will likely become the Lugnuts' everyday third baseman. 2-1 pitch. Rodriguez takes it outside and low for ball 3. The new man on the roster for the Lugnuts is Anthony Hatch. He arrived this afternoon. He is in uniform, and he will make the road trip. 3-1. Rodriguez swings and hammers one down the left side. It is hooking. It is a fair ball. No, rolled foul. That ball really looked to be fair. The left fielder, Riley, chasing after it. He slipped and fell on the warning track thinking it was fair. So a full count to Rodriguez, and we'll have the payoff pitch in just a second. After this word from station identification, you're listening to Lansing Lugnut Baseball on Oldies 92.1.
The greatest hits play here on the Oldies station, WQTX, St. John's, Lansing.
Brad Tillery here with you from Oldsmobile Park. 3-2 the count to Rodriguez with 2 away in the bottom of the third, and the Lugnuts leading 5-0. Payoff pitch on the way. It's popped up the right side in foul ground. Trumbo over for it. He will stay in the middle of the grass, between the grass and the foul line and the warning track, and make the squeeze. And the inning is easily over for the Lansing Lugnuts in the third. No runs on no hits. There was 1 Cedar Rapids error and no men left. We were third of the way home. 5-0 your score. The Lugnuts lead it. You're listening to Lansing Lugnut Baseball on Oldies 92.1.
All-American Ice Cream and Donut Shop of DeWitt is more than just that. They serve quality pizza, subs, shrimp, fries, and more. Carrying Pepsi products and yummy Hershey's ice cream. If you want the friendly family service of an All-American deli, you need to come on in for a fresh meal or a tasty treat. All-American Ice Cream and Donut Shop, pizza and subs in Clark Corners, known as the Old Outlet Mall. Just off US 27 and I-69 in DeWitt. Call ahead for pickup orders. 669-5974. An All-American family-owned business serving you.
Whether it's taking you home on a long stretch of highway or across town, your vehicle craves spring cleaning. Complete Automotive Tire Service of DeWitt is offering 25% off automotive detailing throughout April. Interior and exterior, 25% off at Complete Automotive Tire and Service of DeWitt. When you need a tune-up or new Cooper tires for all your automotive needs, honest and dependable care is what you receive. They work with you to make sure you get the best deal. Just off of US 27 south of Brown Lake Road, Complete Automotive Tire and Service of DeWitt, 669-2725.
Nothing comes between a commercial cutter and their Bad Boy mower. Harrington's Lawn and Power Equipment is proud to introduce Bad Boy mowers to the Lansing market. They have 4 distinct advantages over other commercial mowers. Framed stronger, easier access, more power, and a longer life. If you're cutting grass, Harrington's Lawn and Power Equipment has a huge selection of mowers. Family owned and offering the service you deserve. Prices that can't be beat. Harrington's Lawn and Power Equipment. Corner of N99 and Vermont Hill Highway in Dimondale. Harrington's and Bad Boy mowers. See why both are market leaders.
Martinez takes a called strike to begin the at-bat for the Cedar Rapids Kernels. 5-0 the score. The Lugnuts lead it here in the top of the fourth. Martinez in the game is 0 for 1, and the next pitch from Christian Bell down low for ball 1. Fred Martinez, Jordan Renz, and Patrick Riley, the 3-4-5 hitters, all due up for the Cedar Rapids Kernels in the fourth. 5-0 the score, and it's grounded in on the left side and will bounce foul. 1-2. Brad Tillery here with you from Oldsmobile Park in Lansing, Michigan. Final game of this 8-game homestand here tonight. For Lansing heads back to Iowa. Second of 4 trips to the farthest western state in the league as this is fouled off into the screen. And the count stays the same. Lugnuts were in Clinton last week. They'll head to Davenport, Iowa, just 40 miles south of Clinton, tomorrow morning before going to Peoria. It is an 8-game, 9-day road trip. 1-2 pitch. Martinez takes it high for ball 2. Everybody playing straight away in the outfield. The infield at normal depth. Martinez holds the bat and now will hold his right hand out towards the home plate umpire for time, and it's granted. He passed both sides of the plate with an all-black bat. Break-even pitch. Martinez swings and fouls it off the right side. It will float onto the concourse. Who's going to get it? A gentleman in a blue pullover, and he will hand it to his young son, who has himself a souvenir. Break-even pitch again. Martinez swings and fouls it off. Looked like he missed it at first, but the umpire made the quick call behind the plate. Speaking of umpires, the hot topic around minor league baseball right now is everything that happened with Delman Young the other day. Can you believe that? Umpire called him out on strike 3. Looked to be a good call from the video. 2-2 pitch. Martinez swings and fouls it off the plate again. And he stays alive. As Delman Young, the prospect for the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, he plays for the AAA Durham Bulls. Took 2 or 3 steps out of the batter's box after having a few words with the umpire, and then tossed the bat right at him after being thrown out of the game. 2-2 pitch. Martinez takes a called strike 3 on the inside corner, a breaking ball out of the hand of Christian Bell, the third one recorded by Bell tonight. And there's one away in the 4th. But Delman Young has been suspended indefinitely right now by the International League. Wren stands in. The pitch called for a strike to the knees, nothing in one. 0-1 pitch. Wren, another call strike. This time a slide on the outside corner, nothing in 2. I'll tell you, Delman Young is a guy who, once he straightens everything out, will be a major force in the major leagues. He will be sitting out a while. And a swing and a miss there by Wren. 3 straight pitches, and he is retired. 3rd consecutive strikeout now for Christian Bell, and there are 2 away on the 4th. I had the chance to watch Delman, speaking of him, last year down in Montgomery before he was promoted to Durham, and the guy is an unbelievable talent. But in the end, there's still no excuse for throwing a bat at an umpire. Next batter is Patrick Riley. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out to the pitcher and takes a ball outside there to begin the at-bat. 1-0 delivery. Riley swings and misses at a high fastball around the letters. 1-1. Open in a stance on the left side. Riley with black batting gloves and takes it high for ball 2. Here at beautiful Oldsmobile Park, kept that way by True Green Kimlot. Fans, if you want your yard to look as beautiful as Oldsmobile Park, well, then go see our friends at True Green Kimlot. They're the best at what they do in keeping your yard beautiful. 2-1 pitch. Riley swings and hits one high in the air, deep right. Going back on it, Butler, racing back toward the track in the right center. He will be called off by Rodriguez, and the ball lands between them and bounces off the track. Rounding second, going for third, the runner Riley. He is in standing up with a triple here in the 4th. A ball that was a high arcing shot over into right center field. Into the little angled area in right center where the wall juts back. Butler looked to possibly have a chance at it. Called off at the last second by Rodriguez, who thought he had it. and it fell just out of the reach of both of them. So Travis Schlicting comes up with a runner on third and 2 away. The pitch inside and tight. 1-0 the count. Schlicting walked his first time up. One-0 delivery. Schlicting takes the called strike at the knees. 1-1. Wind continues to blow from right to left as the lights are turned on at the ballpark. 1-1 pitch. Schlicting grounds one foul off the left side towards the Cedar Rapids dugout. Over on the third base line. Still plenty of daylight to play with. But the lights have been flicked on. I always wonder if that bothers a player trying to catch a baseball. The 1-2 is swung on and missed by Schlicting. Third strikeout of the inning for Christian Bell, the 5th of the game, and he gets out of the 4th with no harm done. For Cedar Rapids in the 4th, no runs going to hit, no errors, and a man left. We move to the bottom of the 4th. 5-0 Lugnuts lead. You're listening to Lansing Lugnuts Baseball on Oldies 92.1.
Tell me, America, what do you love?
We love baseball, hot dogs, apple pie, and Chevrolet.
Yep, some things never change, like baseball.
Bottled water, veggie wraps, caramel cones, and Chevrolet.
Did you say veggie wraps?
Ballet parking, rally monkeys, gourmet freckles, and Chevrolet.
Rally monkeys?
Endorsement deals, coaching pizza, satellite radio, and Chevrolet.
Okay, maybe baseball has changed a little over the years. But not America's love of the game or our love for Chevy.
Right.
I bet you'll see one of the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road right in front of you, or beside you, or behind you. And they're most likely headed to a baseball game.
Yeah.
Because some things never change.
That is easy. Ice coffee, retractable Wilson Chevrolet.
Chevy, baseball's #1 fan, America's #1 brand.
Dependability based on longevity, 1981 to July 2005. Full line light duty truck company registrations. Excludes other GM divisions. #1 brand based on car and light duty truck registrations and official manufacturer's sales reports for calendar year 2005.
Chevy, top partner of Major League Baseball.
Lugnuts fans, you've got a thirst for baseball, and once again, your hometown team is here to quench it. The extremely popular Molson Thirsty Thursday returns for every Thursday home game in 2006, brought to you by the Lugnuts and Molson. Great drink specials return throughout the season, including $2 20-ounce beers and $2 22-ounce sodas. Molson Thirsty Thursday and the Lugnuts, satisfying your thirst all season long. The Lansing Lugnuts, where everyone gets to play.
First pitch to Jesus Gonzalez was grounded foul down the left side. 5-0 the score as we are in the bottom of the 4th here at Oldsmobile Park. It is Gonzalez, Shoffett, and Butler, the 9-1-2 hitters, due up for Lansing. 0-1 pitch. Gonzalez takes the breaking ball high and tight. He backs out of the way. 1-1 the count. Holding the bat at the knees, Gonzalez. He holds the net bat now behind the right ear in the pitch. Down low and away. 2 balls and a strike. The Lugnuts with 5 runs on just 5 hits, but 3 errors by Cedar Rapids has helped out Lansing. Time is called for Gonzalez to flick something over towards Sean Shoffett. Not quite sure what it was. 2-1 pitch. Gonzalez swings and fouls it off over the screen. It will float into the sweet level and then back down. Mad scramble for the baseball, and who picks it up? A young man in a gray sweater. Two-two pitch. Gonzalez swings and hits it well towards left center. Going back on it, the left fielder Riley. He is at the track, and it's off the top of the wall. Rounding first, going for second to Gonzalez. He'll have to hold up there. That ball was about 3 feet away from being a home run. Hit right off the railing out in left field on the top of the wall. Jesus Gonzalez with a lead-off double. That's the first ball off the railing this year here at Old Park. And the next batter is Sean Shoppett. Shoppett, 1 for 1. He drew a walk and he scored 2 runs. Just a second, we will run down the Midwest League scoreboard for you. Shoppett stands on the left side with an even stance using a natural wood color bat. The pitch swung on, popped up left side. Over for it, the shortstop, Infante, and the left fielder, Riley, who wants it. Riley calls and makes the squeeze, and there's one away. Jacob Butler, the next batter, he's 1 for 2 with an RBI single back in the second. He struck out as well in the first. He's also scored a run tonight. Butler has a half-toned bat, black around the barrel with the brown shading towards the handle and knob. The first pitch called for a strike. Oh, no, it's a ball down low. It looked as if the umpire was going to turn around and call a strike, and instead he decided to take off the mask. I don't think he's feeling too well. Had to take off the mask and take a deep breath. Brought his hand up towards his mask, and I was thinking he was going to point it out for a strike. 1-0 count. Butler swings and hits one high in the air into shallow left center. Coming in for it, the left fielder Riley and the center fielder Kuhn. Kuhn calls Riley off and makes the play. And there are 2 away. Next batter is Corey Patton. Patton is 1 for 1 with a single, a walk, and a run scored today. The Lugnuts lead at 5-0 here in the fourth. 2 away. As the Cedar Rapids hurler Nick Adenhart stays on the hill. He works from the stretch. Comes set letter high, the first pitch down low for ball 1. In the Midwest League today, South Bend topped Clinton 4-3 on getaway day. The Whitecaps beat Kane County 5-2. Wisconsin leads Fort Wayne, or tied with Fort Wayne 1-1. That game in the top of the fourth. Southwest Michigan leading Burlington 2-0. That game in the bottom of the third. As the pitch is down low for ball 2. Peoria leads Dayton 2-0. That game bottom of the first. And just about to get underway here, Beloit and the swing of the Quad Cities. Runner at second for Lansing. The swing by Patton and fouled off it over the screen. Back about 25 rows. Bounces one time and then onto the concourse, where a Lugnut employee catches the baseball and then hands it to a little girl. 2-1 the count. Kick in the fire. Patton takes it for a called strike at the letters, and the count will run even. Everybody playing straight away against the power-hitting Patton. 2-2. Breaking ball swung on it, missed, as that completely fooled Corey. And that is the 5th strikeout recorded by Nick Adenhart here in the game. For the Lugnuts in the 4th, no runs on a hit. There were no errors and a man left. We move to the 5th. Lansing leading at 5-0. You're listening to Lansing Lugnut Baseball on Oldies 92.1.
Come shop the Mega Mall, Michigan's most unique shopping experience. Browse through 40,000 square feet of today's and yesteryear's treasures. Over 300 booths with antiques, collectibles, books, toys, furniture, plus lots of guy stuff like hunting, fishing, and sports items. The Mega Mall, the best pricing on the widest selection of merchandise. There's sure to be something for everyone. If you like to treasure or bargain hunt, come shop the Mega Mall. Open 7 days, 11 till 6. Thursdays till 8:30. On Old 27 in North Lansing, 2 miles south of I-69 and 4 miles north of Lugnut Stadium. On the web at themegamall.net.
We move to the top of the fifth. The Lugnuts lead at 5-0 over the Cedar Rapids Kernels. Christian Bell stays on the hill for the Lugnuts. As Lansing goes for the sweep tonight over Cedar Rapids. You know, over the last few days you've been hearing, over the last few weeks you've been hearing me talk about a blood drive that took place today with the American Red Cross over at the Lansing Donor Center on 1729 East Saginaw. We were over there for a while today, met a lot of great people, and we want to thank everyone who came out for the blood drive. We were happy to be out there. Manager Ken Joyce was there. Paul Phillips was out there, the reliever for the Lugnuts. Another reliever, Jordan Tim, made the trip out, meeting and greeting with everybody. And we were just happy to be there, and we look forward to it. We plan on doing it about 3 more times during the season as the pitch missed high and tight to mark Trumbo 1-0. One delivery. Trumbo swings and fouls it off the end of the bat. A ball and a strike. Well, you know, last time that Trumbo was up, we were talking about why exactly he got such a huge signing bonus for being the 18th round selection. 1-1 pitch outside for ball 2. Well, Trumbo, drafted out of high school in Villa Park, California in 2004 in the 18th round, received $1.425 million for a signing bonus as the pitch missed down low and inside. 3-1 the count to Trumbo, which is unheard of for the 18th round. Well, he got that much because many scouts and everyone else in baseball, as the pitch is called for a strike on the outside half, 3-2, figured that if they didn't pay him that kind of money, he was absolutely going to stick with his commitment to play at USC. Payoff pitch. Trumbo takes it down low and inside, and he draws a walk. He was committed to play baseball for the USC Trojans. No one thought that he would back off that commitment, so that's why the Angels ponied up the money. It really made it easier for them to pony the money up whenever he hit 2 home runs off the rocks in left center field at Angel Stadium, which is a long way away as that pitch missed high and away to Larry Infante, 1-0. He's already got plus power and a plus arm as a corner outfielder. And we got him at first base today, though. Infante holds for time on the last second of the pitch. Was it granted? I don't think it was, and it was ball 2. Scouts believe that Trumbo, the man on first base, will sooner or later develop into a 40-home run threat. 2-0 delivery. High and away, and that's ball 3 to Infante as all of a sudden Christian Bell can't find the zone again. He's been sporadic today with his control. There are times where he'll put the baseball right where he wants it, and others, for about 6 or 7 pitches in a row, loses control and throw back to first there. Trumbo's in, standing up. Sean Stidfolk begins to warm for the Lugnuts. 3-0 pitch, called for a strike at the knees, 3-1. Infante in the left-hand batter's box. The next pitch outside for ball 4. 4th walk of the game issued by Christian Bell. And here comes Tom Signor, the pitching coach for Lansing. Lugnuts lead at 5-0 here in the top of the 5th. Here's how the Lugnuts got all 5 of their runs so far. Sean Shoffett led the game off with a single to left. Moved to second on the walk. Issued to Corey Patton. Infield hit by Joey Metropolis. Loaded the bases. And on that same play, a throwing error by Travis Schlicting, the third baseman, allowed Shoffett to score. And it moved Patton to third on the play. 2 batters later, Josh Bell came up. Had an infield single deep in the hole on the left side. That scored Patton to make it 2-0. Then in the second, Gilbert Rodriguez walked, moved to second on a ground out, and scored on a Sean Shoffett single. Or on a Jacob Butler single. Sean Shoffett had got reached base on a walk before Butler. And then an error by the left fielder Patrick Riley on that single by Butler allowed Shoffett to score to make it 4-2. Sacrifice fly by Joey Metropolis later on in the inning that scored Butler. put the score at 5-0, and that's where we stand. 5-0 is your score. The pitch, bunt attempt by Edwards. It's called for a strike. Throw back down to second base is into center field. Fielding the ball in center, Rodriguez. He'll bobble it. Each runner will move up a bag on the error by Bell. Well, I don't know if that was a miscommunication on defensive alignments or strategies, but Josh Bell just threw that one to where no one was standing. No one was covering second base on a throw back there. 0-1 pitch. Edwards swings in the ground. Our lines one right at the first baseman of Metropolis, who didn't have to move half a step. Stuck his glove up in front of his face and caught the baseball. One away on the lineup. Brad Kuhn, the next batter. Hitting from the left side, the leadoff man. Yet to have an official at bat. He's walked once and had a sacrifice bunt. Kuhn holds the bat behind the left ear. The pitch. Swung on and grounded to the right side. Over for it. Chop it. He fields, spins, fires the first. It's in time for the 4-3 putout. Scoring on the play, Mark Trumbo. And Cedar Rapids is on the board. The score is 5-1. Gives Kuhn the RBI. And with a 4-1 score, Marco Albano is the next batter. Albano had his first at-bat in the third, and he struck out swinging. Playing for Hanley Stacia, who left the game after the first inning, and he swings and misses there at a nasty change-up inside, 0-1. Albano points the bat towards center, now pulls it up. Ready to go, the kick in the 0-1 delivery from Bell. Another swing and a miss that time. Fastball blown by him, 0-2. Albano with a slightly open stance. 0-2 delivery from Bell. Check swing by Albano. As the pitch was a slider outside and low, 1-2. Christian Bell's first ever start against the Cedar Rapids Kernels. It's his first time through the Midwest League. He's 22 years of age. Played at Glenn College in Texas. 1-2 pitch. Swung on and hit well down the right side. Over for it, the right fielder Butler. It's over his head and bounced off the wall. One run is home. Rounding first inning for second Albano. He is in standing up. And Cedar Rapids has another run on the board. It's 5-2 with a 2-out RBI double. Well, let's see here.
Catcher number 35, Brett Martinez.
One run is now earned in the inning of the two that have scored. Infante's run still unearned. Trumbo's is. And Martinez stands in. Brett Martinez takes a high fastball around the eye. And Josh Bell had to leap out of his crouch to grab. 1-0. Well, I'm pretty sure that Ken Joyce wants to get Christian Bell out of this fifth inning. If he does, Bell will be eligible for the win. And anytime you can get your starter a win, even if he is laboring on the mound, you want to do it. Sid full warning, he will probably come in to pitch the sixth. Bell kicks and fires the 1-0. Martinez takes it down low for ball two. Martinez is 0 for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout. Bell comes set. 2-0 pitch. Inside and low. And that is ball 3. But with it being the fifth inning, and the Lugnuts having a 3-run lead, a runner at second for Cedar Rapids, you wonder how long the leash will be with Christian. 3-0 pitch. Called for a strike at the knees. 3-1. 3-run lead's pretty comfortable. 2-run lead, much less comfortable. And a 1-run lead, well, anything can happen. 3-1 delivery. Martinez fouls it off over the right side. It will leave the stadium. And the count runs full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 away. Here in the top of the 5th. So 5-2 your score with the Lugnuts leading over the Kernels. Time is called in the box by Martinez. As he determines that the pitcher bell was taking too long for his liking. Payoff pitch. Martinez fouls it off in the screen. It goes through the screen and down the tunnel. This screen behind home plate is supposed to protect everything. There is a hole just above the door in the screen where fans or where activities and promotions walk through that is hardly visible as that pitch is high and tight, and Martinez draws a walk. The 5th of the game issued by Bell. Next batter is the designated hitter, Jordan Rins, who's 0 for 2. But anyway, that hole can't be more than an inch big, I would say, as this is popped up in the infield, foul ground. Chasing for it, the third baseman Garibaldi, but it's out of play. And the count's 0-1. Anyway, the ball was hit so hard that it flew through the hole. And where Big Lug's standing right now behind the door, if he was standing there, he might be on his back right now. I don't think I've ever seen that. Ren stands in the right side, 0-1 count. Swung on, grounded to the left side. Diving pass, diving try by Garibaldi. It'll get past him and into shallow left where it's stopped by Gonzalez. Give Gonzalez credit for diving at that ball and stopping it before it rolled all the way to left. If it gets all the way into left field, there's a run on the board for Cedar Rapids. Instead, it's just a base hit, and the bases are loaded with 2 away. Patrick Riley stands in. He tripled to right center his last time up, and Ken Joyce will leave his hurler Christian Bell on the mound. He works from the stretch. Comes set, letter high. Kicks and fires. The first pitch swung on and missed. 0-1. Riley with an open stance. Next pitch. Inside. It bounces away from Bell. He can't find it. It's over his head. It'll run back to the track behind the plate. 1 run is home. Marco Albano slides in safely. It's rolled a wild pitch. And the score is 5-3 as Cedar Rapids has put 3 runs on the board here in the 5th. Every runner advances the bag, so there are runners at second and third now for the Kernels. All of a sudden, this game has gotten tight again. 1-1 count to Riley. Swings and lifts one in the left center. Over for it, Rodriguez, the center fielder. It'll fall between him and the left fielder, Petway, for a base hit. Both runs will come home. Going into second, Riley with a stand-up double. And this ball game is tied. Second extra base hit for Riley. He's got a triple, a double, and here comes Ken Joyce, and that means Christian Bell's night is done. Five runs are home for the Cedar Rapids Kernels in the 5th, and they are still threatening for more with a runner at second and 2 away. A new pitcher coming in for the Cedar Rapids or for the Lugnuts, and we'll have his name and numbers and the final line on Bell when we come back. 5-5 the score. You're listening to Lansing Lugnut Baseball on Oldie 92.1. Keeping you informed of local events.
Here's Mid-Michigan News Director Todd Kuhlman with the Community News Minute
On Mid-Michigan's Oldies Station, 92.1.
Our only reason to exist is to work with the school and to work with classrooms and to help students understand how the community works and functions, what their place is in that community, and how they can now prosper and succeed in life.
That's Larry Richardson, president of Junior Achievement of Mid-Michigan. You can support the organization by taking part in the upcoming Capital Bancorp 5K Run for JA. The event takes place on May 21st in downtown Lansing. Registration and pledge forms are available now.
People can pick these up in stores, and you can get sponsors from anybody. And it's not how many feet you run, it's just the fact that you participate in the event.
One of the great things about the event is that the money you raise can be shared with the school of your choice.
Half the money that you raise comes back to your school to use in whatever way you want. The other half supports growing the capability of Junior Achievement to serve more schools in our community.
For more information, call 371-KIDS at 371-5437.
Did you know there's a mixture that stops the aging process? Stops aging dead in its tracks? It's called drinking and driving, a lethal mixture. No one is immune to it. Each year, alcohol-related crashes kill more than 16,000 Americans. So if a friend of yours has been drinking and is about to drive, stop them before they kill someone. Brought to you in the public interest and as a public service by MAD, Mothers Against Drunk Driving.
Well, the new pitcher on the hill for the Lansing Lugnuts. It'll be the new man on the team from the pitching standpoint, Sean Stidful. Stidful, 6'3", 175 pounds, 22 years of age, a right-hander of New Bloomfield, Pennsylvania. He has one appearance so far for the Lugnuts. He is 1-0 with 3 innings pitched, gave up 2 hits, allowed 2 walks, struck out 2, and opponents are hitting .200. They are 2 for 10 against Stidful. The pitch, Schlicting takes it down low for ball 1. We're in the top of the 5th. Cedar Rapids has 5 runs across in the inning, and the score is tied at 5. Stidful working from the stretch, comes set. The pitch swung on and grounded to the left side. Stopped over there by Gonzalez. He fields and fires to first, and it's in time to get the runner by a step and a half. 6-3 on the putout will end the 5th, but the Kernels send 9 men to the plate in the inning. They get 5 runs on 3 hits. There was 1 Lugnut error, and there was 1 man left on the backs. We are halfway home here at Oldsmobile Park. 5-5 your score between the Lugnuts and Kernels. You're listening to Lansing Lugnut Baseball on Oldies 92.1.
Do you remember when you were a kid? Which grown-up do you remember most?
It just takes one day.
1 caring adult. 1 Boys and Girls Club. Who changed your life? Who's going to change mine? Are you the one?
It just takes one. Support the Boys and Girls Club. Call 800-854-CLUB or visit bgca.org.
Once again, the Lugnuts are teaming up with Auto Owners Insurance for 3 special collectible giveaways this season. This year, we're bringing you 3 new hand-painted figurines with player autographs and individually stamped with your piece number. Our second giveaway will be Corey Patterson on Friday, June 30th. The first 2,500 fans through the gate will receive the collectible Corey Patterson figurines, courtesy of Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Lugnuts fans, once again, the Lugnuts and Oldsmobile are teaming up for OK Kids in 2006. Oldsmobile and General Motors proudly provide Oldsmobile OK Kids program rewards to students of both Pattongill and Otto Middle Schools by creating life and environment goals they can commit to. General Motors is excited to preserve Oldsmobile's heritage in the greater Lansing community for Lansing's youth through the OK Kids program, and thanks to you for your support. The Lansing Lugnuts, where everyone gets to play.
Joe Metropolis leads it off for the Lansing Lugnuts here in the bottom of the 5th. 5-5 the score between Cedar Rapids and Lansing. The pitch, Metropolis takes it high and away for ball 1. Adenhart looks to be out of this game for Cedar Rapids on the way to a sure loss. And all of a sudden, this game is tied. 1-0 pitch. Metropolis swings and fouls it off over the screen. 1-1. Cedar Rapids with 5 runs in the top of the 5th to tie this thing up. Metropolis in the game is 1 for 1 with a single and a sacrifice fly for an RBI. The pitch down low and away for ball 2. Two-one delivery, swung on, popped up right side, over for the first baseman Trumbo. He will run out of room as he goes over towards the bench on the Lugnuts bullpen. The members of the Lugnut bullpen scattered. Trumbo had to gingerly step his way over there around the tarp. Metropolis stays alive at 2-2. Well, the fun part of recreating an inning has begun, trying to figure out how many runs were earned in the 5th. 2-2 delivery. Metropolis takes the breaking ball high and away, and the count will run full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and nobody out. Here in the bottom of the 5th. Tie game between Lansing and Cedar Rapids. Open stance for Metropolis on the right side. Payoff pitch swung on line right back up the middle. Look out, Adenhart, as he stuck his glove up in self-defense. Metropolis is on with his second hit of the game. He's 2 for 2. And here comes Brian Pedway, who is 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Pedway stands in the right side. Awaits the pitch, swung on and missed. Foul tipped into the glove, actually, of Martinez, and the count's 0-1 either way. Well, if my calculations are correct, and by no means am I saying this because I did it very quickly, 4 of the runs to Bell are earned, but it could be all 5. I'm going to have to go back and redo it again. 0-1 pitch, Pedway. Checked his swing. It was down low in the dirt. 1-1. We'll give you Bell's final line when we come back for the top of the 6th. 1-1 delivery. Pedway swings, grounds it through the hole on the left side, past the diving Infante for a base hit. Metropolis moves to second on the play as Pedway gets his first hit of the game in Lansing. Threatening again. They have runners at first and second with nobody out, and here comes the catcher, Josh Bell. Bell's 1 for 2. An infield single and an RBI. His first time up. Activity brewing in the Kernels bullpen. Chris Howell beginning the throw. As the catcher Martinez has a couple of words with Adenhart. 8 hits in the game for the Lugnuts and 5 runs. 5 runs on 5 hits for Cedar Rapids. Kernels have committed 3 errors. The Lugnuts 1. Middle infield drops back to double play depth. The corners will play at the grass, possibly expecting a sacrifice from Bell to put 2 runners in scoring position. I doubt Bell will be bunting. Pitcher Nick Adenhart spun off the rubber to check the runner at second, but also to see if Bell would tip his hand if he was going to swing or bunt. First pitch, Bell takes it down low for ball 1, showing no sign of a bunt. Corner infielder still playing in at the grass. 1-0 delivery. Bell swings and hits it high in the air down the left side, but it will hook foul. Look out over there in the Lansing Center parking lot. He got around on that ball really quickly. I think they have crossed the street. 1-1 pitch. Bell swings and tips it into the glove. 1-2. How do you think that got across the street? I think so too. Javi Arroyo, our director of operations here at Oldsmobile Park for the Lansing Lugnuts, sitting up here next to me, watching the ball game and keeping an eye on everything, making sure it's working in proper order because, well, that's what he does and he's the best at it. 1-2 pitch. Bell swings and misses at a high fastball, and he goes out on strikes. We're going to have Javi on the air later on in the year, as with all the Lugnut staff, at some point during the season at a home game. Bring them on, talk about their job, and see what all goes on behind the scenes here at Lansing Lugnuts in the Oldsmobile Park. Anthony Garibaldi steps up. Garibaldi is 0 for 2 today. He reached on errors last time. Adenhart spins to check the runners, making sure they're not thinking about a lead. Neither runner on the bags is very swift. Metropolis at second, Pedway at first. Pitch is a called strike to Garibaldi as he throws his hands. High and tight fastball. 0-1 the count to him. Garibaldi holds the hands low. 0-1 the pitch, and Garibaldi swings and lines one over towards the second baseman, Albano, who fields in, gets the play at second. Albano tried to pick it up on a short hop. It bounced into his chest and bounced straight back down. Then he had problems picking the ball up. Running to second was Petway, and he was almost safe there. Garibaldi is safe at first on the fielder's choice. 4-6 on the put out at second, and Metropolis moves to third. Huber Rodriguez, 0 for 1 today with a walk and a run scored, steps in. As a quick meeting between Trumbo, the first baseman, and Adenhart, the pitcher, takes place on the mound. Now they go back to their respective position. Rodriguez with an even stance, hitting from the right side. Kick and fire. Rodriguez takes the breaking ball for a called strike at the knees. 0-1. Huber Rodriguez stands ready for the next pitch. Down low, it's in the dirt. A good stop by Martinez. Keep in front of him 1-1. Get some cheesecake here in a second. Dave Parker, our director of food operations here at the ballpark. Yeah, informing me it's up here as the pitch missed high and away, 2-1. He brought me these awesome cookies the other night that were just melting in my mouth. John Rogers, the broadcaster for the Cedar Rapids Kernels, raved about them for about a day and a half. Step to throw, now throw to first, and diving in safely is Garibaldi. It was the old fake to third, but he didn't fake to first. He went ahead and threw the ball. Rarely do you see that. Adenhart stands on the hill, working from the stretch, flexing the left leg out. 2-1 pitch, down low and inside. Backhand stopped by Martinez, the catcher, and the count runs to a hitter's count, 3-1 for Huber Rodriguez. Three-one delivery. Rodriguez takes the called strike at the knees, and the count will run full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 away here in the bottom of the fifth. A 5-5 game between Cedar Rapids and Lansing. The Lugnuts are seeking a sweep over the Kernels. And they're also trying to extend their winning streak to 7 games. Payoff pitch, and it is hit high in the air into center field. Over for it, Brad Kuhn now floating towards left center. He will look up and make the squeeze, and the inning will come to a conclusion. So for the Lugnuts in the fifth, they get the first 2 men on, but leave them stranded. No runs on 2 hits. There were no errors, and 2 men left. We are through 5 complete. 5-5 the score. You're listening to Lansing Lugnut Baseball on Oldie 92.1.
Do you already have your Medicare prescription card? Bring it to Walgreens and start saving today. We accept all major plans.
With my card, I pay the same no matter where I go, so I choose Walgreens. They give me all the conveniences I'm looking for.
It's so easy switching to Walgreens. I just bring in my prescription bottles, and they do the rest.
Talk to your Walgreens pharmacist today, and you'll receive a free $50 coupon book.
For convenience and price, the choice is easy. It's Walgreens.
Get in the zone. AutoZone.
If you haven't changed the oil in your car in the last 3 months or 3,000 miles, get to AutoZone and do it now. Right now at AutoZone, when you buy 4 quarts of Quaker State motor oil, you'll get the 5th one free. That's right, 5 quarts of Quaker State for the price of 4. See store for details. Don't put off your next oil change any longer. Get to AutoZone and do it today.
Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Well, we go to the top of the sixth as the crowd does the chicken dance throughout the ballpark. The song is speeding up, which is always harder to keep up with. It's hard enough for me, considering I have no rhythm to try and do any kind of dancing. So the chicken dance makes it tough. But when the song speeds up to the speed it's going now, I have no chance of keeping up. So I tip my cap to everyone in the crowd dancing right now and hope that they're enjoying it. As Mark Trumbo, Larry Infante, and Madison Edwards will all start it, or lead it off here for Cedar Rapids in the top of the sixth. A 5-5 game between the Kernels and Lugnuts. Lansing led 5-0 after 2 innings, but Cedar Rapids scored 5 runs in the 5th inning. And the game is tied, and Mark Trumbo will stroll to the plate. Trumbo 0 for 1 with a strikeout, a walk, and a run scored. Well, by my calculation, Christian Bell went 4 2/3, gave up 5 hits, 5 runs. I believe all of them are earned. He struck out 5, walked 5, as this is grounded to the third base side. Over for it is Garibaldi, who fielded and fired. A nice play by him on a slow roller to the left side. Trumbo is out at first, and there's one away in the sixth. Garibaldi had to charge that ball just behind the mound and threw off balance. Bell threw a wild pitch. He did not balk, and he will get a no decision. Infante takes a called strike at the knees on the outside corner to begin the at-bat here. Sidful working from the line. He kicks and fires the 0-1. Infante swings and loops it foul down the left side. On to the concourse where a few ladies were standing there having a conversation and didn't realize the ball was coming in and scared them. 0-2 pitch. Infante swings and fouls this one off into the screen. The count stays alive. Infante stands back in the left-hand batter's box to face the righty Sidful. Spins and fires the 0-2. Swing and a miss by Infante. 91-mile-an-hour fastball up around the ladders. And they are quickly 2 away here in the sixth. First strikeout recorded by Sidful. Since coming into the game, he sat down the only 3 he's faced. Madison Edwards, the 9-hitter in the order for Cedar Rapids, stands in. Another left-handed bat. He's 1 for 2. Kick and fire, and the pitch swung on and missed. There's a changeup from Sidful, 83 miles an hour. The bottom dropped out of it at the very end, making it an even tougher pitch to hit. On delivery, Edwards takes it inside and low for ball 1. Well, the shadows have mostly covered the ballpark. Only the center fielder Rodriguez stands in some sort of sun. 1-1 pitch. Edwards takes it inside tight, backing out of the way of a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. 2-1. Lights will begin to take over more prominently within the next 20 minutes. 2-1 pitch. Down low and inside with a slider. 3 balls and a strike. His big lug was attempting to put the whammy on Madison Edwards. Big lug over on the first base dugout right now. Does it again. He waves his fingers at it. Pitch inside, and it will walk Madison Edwards. Edwards is on first base, and the Kernels will head back to the top of the order for Brad Kuhn, who's 0 for 1 with a walk, a sacrifice, and an RBI ground out. 5-5 score. 2-step Lee over at first, and the first pitch called for a strike at the knees on the outside half. 0-1. Kuhn digs the left foot in the back chalk line. Even in his stance, squatting low. 0-1 delivery. swung on and missed on a changeup, 0-2, and he was way out in front of that. His bat was already 3/4 of the way through the swing before the ball got to the glove. Checking the sign, Sitful, the 0-2 delivery, fastball inside and low as Sitful looked to reach back for a little something extra on that pitch. Now 1-2. The count. Runner stays put, and this is grounded weakly towards the second baseman, Shofford, who scoops it up, makes the easy throw to first. 4-3 on the putout. Second time that Kuhn has been put out in that fashion in as many innings. And the sixth will come to a conclusion for the Kernels. No runs on no hits. There were no errors. And one man left on. We head to the bottom of the sixth. 5-5 the score. You're listening to Lansing Lugnut Baseball on Oldie 92.1.
Lugnut fans, don't miss out on all the excitement coming up at Oldsmobile Park. Every Thursday is a Molson Thirsty Thursday where all beer and soda is just $2. Each Sunday is Meyer Kids Day and Pepsi Kids run the bases. Friday, May 12th and Saturday, May 20th are last few fireworks nights. And on Saturday, May 13th, it's the Clown Prince of Baseball, Myron Noodleman. For tickets, call the Lugnut box office at 517-485-4500 or go to www.lansingLugnuts.com. The Lansing Lugnuts, where everyone gets to play.
Hey, Jack, be nimble. It's me, Humpty Dumpty.
Humpty, holy cow, jumped over the moon. You look terrific.
Oh, what can I say? I had a great fall. And winter, spring, and summer, too.
What happened?
I just got tired of the shape I was in. Big, fat, egg. And just sitting on that wall all day left me fried. So I checked out the YMCA. They've got a bunch of affordable classes and fun activities to get you moving morning, noon, and night.
You joined the Y?
Exactly. But you don't have to be a member to take the classes. They set me up with Pilates and water aerobics. Picture that, me doing Pilates.
The mind boggles.
Now I'm one hard-boiled egg. And I'm meeting new people, so that's really gotten me out of my shell. Miss Muppet's in there every week taking Taekwondo.
Whoa, watch out, Spider.
Yeah. Bo Peep uses the freeway a lot. Now we call her Buff Peep.
That's awesome.
So you're thinking of taking a class?
Man, I'd sign up just to see you doing Pilates.
YMCA classes are open to everyone. Call or drop by one of our convenient locations or visit ymcaoflansing.org to register online.
Hey, it's Funnergize.
Well, a new pitcher takes the hill for the Cedar Rapids Kernels to start the sixth inning. Jesus Gonzalez, Sean Choppett, and Jacob Butler due up for Lansing. The 9-1-2 hitters, and the first pitch is called for a strike at the knees, 0-1. The new pitcher is Chris Howell, 6 foot, 210-pound right-hander out of Fitzgerald, Georgia. As this is hit well down the left field line, it is hooking, and it will be a foul ball. Home run distance off the bat of Jesus Gonzalez, who cracked that one down the left field line. That thing's a few more feet to the right. It hooked around the pole, and it's fair. That's the second time he's really got a hold of one tonight. He had one off the top of the railing his last time up in the fourth. 0-2 pitch, swung on and looped into center field. Coming in hard, Kuhn, the center fielder. Now he'll slow up and make the catch for out of one. And before we get to the next batter, let's step aside real quick, 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Lansing Lugnut Baseball on Oldie 92.1.
Lugnuts Baseball on WQTX, St. John's, Lansing. Oldies 92.1.
Well, Sean Choppett stands in, and the pitch to him is inside and low for ball one. The numbers on Chris Howell so far this year: 1-0 with a 1.69 ERA. Choppett takes ball 2 low and inside. Howell has 6 appearances, all out of the bullpen. 10 2/3 innings pitched. He's given up 10 hits on 2 runs, as that's a called strike to Choppett, 2-1. Both of the runs were earned. He has walked 2, struck out 7, and opponents are hitting .270 against him. 2-1 delivery inside. Choppett back down on the way of a changeup. The McCallum will run to 3 balls and a strike quickly. Working quickly the pitcher, and it's outside for ball 4. Sean Choppett draws a walk. Chris Howell knows what he's going to do with the baseball as soon as it's in his hand. He is a guy who doesn't like to waste time on the mound, a la Mark Burley. What was it last year? Burley threw a game in an hour and 37 minutes or something like that for the White Sox. Jacob Butler stands in and a called strike there on the outside corner at the knees to begin the at-bat. Butler today, 1 for 3 with a run scored and an RBI. Throw back to first. Will Chase shop it in, standing up. Final line on Nick Adenhart, the starter for the Cedar Rapids Kernels. He goes 5 innings, allows 8 hits, 5 runs, as this is fouled off. Over the screen and out of play on top of the roof. 0-2 the count to Butler. And the awe you hear in the background while the ball was on the roof and rolled back down into the stand. Next pitch just missed the inside corner to Butler, 1-2. Runner goes on the 1-2, swung on a miss by Butler. Throw down to second base, so will get shot it. Strike him out, throw him out, double play will win the inning. Caught stealing 2-6 on the play. And the 6th will come to an end. We'll give you the final line on Adenhart in the 7th. But after 6, it is still 5-5 as the Lugnuts go down in the 6th. No runs on no hits. There were no errors and no men left. We head to the 7th. 5-5 the score. You're listening to Lansing Lugnut Baseball on Oldies 92.1.
Stock Building Supplies, the nation's largest supplier of building materials to the professional builders, would like to say thanks to the thousands of contractors and building professionals that help make us number 1 for the 3rd straight year. You'll find a Stock Building Supply near your next big project, including our new showroom on Aurelius, just north of Jolly Road in Lansing. Let our kitchen specialists design the kitchen of your customer's dreams. Call Stock Building Supply today at 1-800-686-5085. Stock Building Supply. Customer focused, associate driven.
Keeping you informed of local events. Here's Mid-Michigan News Director Todd Kuhlman with the Community News Minute on Mid-Michigan's Oldies Station 92.1.
You and your dog can get dialed up and help the Capital Area Humane Society at the same time. The 3rd annual Fur Ball, Saturday, April 29th at the University Club of MSU. President Stephen Hebben.
We do have quite an extensive silent auction with lots of smaller things for people to bid on. Then we have a live auction as well with 8 or 10 packages in there, and hopefully they will go for quite a lot of money.
All proceeds benefit the Capital Area Humane Society.
We do take in over 5,000 animals a year. We do cruelty investigations, humane education. We do spay-neuter services for the public. We do humane education. We have volunteers. So there are a lot of ways that we get involved with the community and help the community out.
Tickets are $100 each and can be reserved by calling 626-6821. And don't forget your dog.
We do have a limited number of tickets for dogs. Dogs can come out and enjoy the Ultimate Doggy Spa. They have their own gourmet meal prepared.
Again, for tickets, call 626-6821, extension 42.
Well, we move to the top of the 7th, 5-5 the score between Cedar Rapids and Lansing. 5-5 the score between Cedar Rapids and Lansing. Sorry for that little bump in the road there on the technical difficulty. Marker Albano, Brett Martinez, and Jordan Ring are due up, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters for the Kernels. Sean Stidful stays on the hill for the Lugnuts. He works from the line, looking over the black glove, kicks and fires, and the pitch swung on and missed by Albano at a nasty breaking ball, 0-1. Stidful throws a fastball slider change. Albano stands in the 0-1 pitch, swung on and missed. That time a changeup down low and away, 0-2. Lugnuts had a 5-0 lead, and Cedar Rapids has come back. Scored 5 in the 5th. As 5s are wild today. And that's where we stand, 5-5. Time is now called by the batter Albano. Oh, to delivery into the line. The next pitch outside for a called strike 3 on the corner. Albano goes down on strikes for the second time tonight. It is the second man that Stidful has fanned. Brett Martinez, the next batter. He's 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Martinez takes the breaking ball, called strike at the thighs. 0-1. Even in his stance from the left side, wearing a shin guard. Turned in. Or from the right side, the 0-1. Down low. From Stidful. 1-1. Martinez points his black bat out towards center field before pulling it ready. Shoulder high. Kick and fire. The 1-1 pitch outside and low. 2 balls and a strike. You know, earlier I said I'd get to the Major League scoreboard, and then I never got to it. I think I said it during the 5-run inning. So we're going to look at it. As soon as it loads up, the 2-1 pitch, Martinez checked his swing. It didn't matter. A called strike 2 on the outside corner, and the count runs even. Into the motion once again, Stidful, break-even pitch, a breaking ball for a called strike 3 outside corner. Same spot that he got Albano. And back-to-back strikeouts, put 2 away in the 7th. Jordan Rims is the next batter. He's 1 for 3 with a run scored. In the Major Leagues, in the American League, into 4 right now. Baltimore leads Seattle 2-0 at Camden Yards. Bottom of the 3rd, Cleveland over Texas 2-1. Bottom of the 3rd. 6-0 Detroit all over Minnesota at Comerica. That pitch missed low and away for ball 1. Toronto 2-0 lead over the Yankees. That game top of the 4th. Into the 2nd. Tampa Bay over Boston 4-0. 1-0 pitch. Wren swings and grounds one over towards the shortstop Gonzalez, who fields on 3 hops, throws the first. It's in time. 6-3 on the putout. And the inning will come to a conclusion. 1-2-3 go the Kernels in the 7th. No runs, no hits, no errors, no men left. We head to the stretch, tied up at 5. You're listening to Lansing Lugnut Baseball on Oldie 92.1.
Welcome to the Pepsi Theater Minute. Today, the story of Langusto and Pesto. Ah, Langusto.
Oh, Pesto.
Pezzature, lasagna, gorgonzola.
Oh, linguini, la carbonara, calzone.
Scalopini, tortellini al pomodoro, bruschetta, prosciutto, ricotta. Pepsi.
Pepsi, capellini, salame, pancetta, Pepsi, mortadella.
Calzone, Pepsi.
Pepsi, ravioli, scalopine, minestrone, prosciutto.
Pepsi e scalopine.
Linguini, cannelloni, maccheroni, gnocchi, gorgonzola.
Gorgonzola, Bologna.
Spaghetti.
Antipasti.
Parmigiano, provolone, mozzarella, Pepsi.
Langusto, calamari. Langusto, Pepsi. Pepsi, food's good. Pepsi, it's the cola.
The future's looking better and brighter every day. We're neighbors and friends who stand beside you all the way. Always there when you need us. People you can trust. Your family and future are always safe with us. We're making your future more predictable. On your insurance. That's why so many people all over Michigan have learned who they can count on time and time again. Working together the best that we can be for your security. We're making your future more predictable. Farm Bureau Insurance. Farm Bureau Insurance.
Well, there's one away in the bottom of the 7th. Corey Patton popped on the 2nd pitch. He popped it up to right field. It was caught by Madison Edwards, and the next batter is Joey Metropolis, who is 2 for 2 today with a sacrifice fly and an RBI. 5-5 the score in the bottom of the 7th. The kick in the fire from Howell, and the pitch missed outside for ball 1. Patton stands in the right, or Metropolis stands in the right side, swings and hits one in the air towards the right side of the infield. It will float foul into about the 10th row of seats. Take a big hop. to the 20th row, and there's a mad scramble for the baseball. Who's getting it? I think a kid in a black sweatshirt got it. He did. 1-1. Called for a strike at the knees, 1-2. Keep looking at that scoreboard. Toronto leads the Yankees 2-0 in the top of the fourth. Tampa Bay over Boston 4-0. That game in the top of the third. Just underway, Oakland and Kansas City as the 1-2 missed low and away to Metropolis. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Later on, the White Sox and Angels. One final from the National League. Cubs beat the Milwaukee Brewers today, 6-2. Everything else going on as the pitch swung on and missed by Metropolis. He goes down on strikes, and error quickly, 2 away in the 7th. Brian Pedway, the next batter. He's 1 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts. Around the National League, besides that Cubs game, bottom of the fourth, no score between Philadelphia and Pittsburgh. Top of the fourth, Cincinnati leads Houston 1-0. Top of the third, the Mets over the Atlanta Braves, and at the Ted, 1-0. No score between Colorado and Florida in the top of the third as the pitch missed outside. 1-0 the count to Pedway. Just underway are Washington and St. Louis. Later on tonight, the Dodgers and Padres as that missed inside and low in the dirt. 2 balls, no strikes. Arizona will also visit San Francisco tonight, and that is your Major League scoreboard. We'll run down again in the postgame show. 5-5 your score here at Oldsmobile Park between Cedar Rapids and Lansing in the bottom of the 7th as Pedway pops this up in the infield towards the shortstop Infante, who doesn't know where it's at. Now he calls for it and makes the play. The second baseman Albano and the third baseman Schlicting were both heading over to make sure they could get to it in case Infante couldn't find it, but he did at the last second. And the Lugnuts go down in order in the 7th. No runs, no hits, no errors, no men left. We move to the 8th, still tied up at 5. You're listening to Lansing Lugnut Baseball on Oldies 92.1.
Welcome to Compatibility School. Today's your lucky day. We're profiling new members. If you'll just answer these 413 questions, we'll combine them with some clinical and empirical research and a little psychological matching, dump it all into our data pewter and use it to predict your compatibility. We'll even guide your communication if you can't speak for yourself. Don't worry, it's all been scientifically proven by Dr. Quackenbush. I don't know about you, but I don't like being told who's right for me. I mean, how do you systemize compatibility? Don't you want to be able to decide for yourself? Then you should give Cupid.com a shot. We like to create possibilities, not eliminate them. The only thing you miss out on is the frustration of a long-distance relationship, because we have such a local focus. You don't need science to find love. You just need to be yourself. True love is out there, and it's closer than you think. Cupid.com. Online or in person at one of our speed dating events.
Cupid.com. Advertising locally on great radio stations to bring people together for love.
To the top of the 8th here at Oldsmobile Park with the score still tied up at 5 between the Lugnuts and Cedar Rapids Kernels. Sean Stidful will stay on the hill for Lansing and will work his 3rd full inning of relief. He came in relief of Christian Bell to end the 5th, get the last out there, and he's been on the hill ever since for Lansing. 5 runs for 5 hits and 3 errors for Cedar Rapids tonight. 5 runs on 8 hits and an error for the Lugnuts. The final game of an 8-game homestand and the final game of this 4-game set between Cedar Rapids and Lansing. The Lugnuts looking to win their 7th consecutive game and get a sweep over the Kernels in the process. The Lugnuts have already secured the series win, which is their 6th consecutive series win to open up the year. 2 up for Cedar Rapids here in the 8th. The 5, 6, and 7 hitters. The most dangerous man in the lineup tonight, Patrick Riley, will lead it off. He's followed by Schlicting and Trumbo, and I say that about Riley because he's 2 for 3 with a triple and a double his last 2 times up. And that double plated 2 runs. The pitch called for a strike on the outside corner, a fastball that tailed away from Riley. 0-1. on delivery. Swung on and hit looped into center. Coming in on it, Rodriguez. He's running hard, but it will fall in front of him for a base hit. Holding up at first is Riley. And he now has a single, a double, and a triple. The long ball away from the cycle. Third hit of the night for him. Travis Schlicting, the next batter. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. And now some activity begins to brew in the Lugnut bullpen. Can't quite tell who that is out there throwing. Looks like Yason Barola. Schlicting with an open stance to the right side. Throw back to first and almost picked off over there was Riley. Metropolis laid down the tag. But it was just after the runner had dove in. Schlicting points his bat towards left center field before pulling it up from behind the ear. Holding the bat almost straight up. Throw back to first again, and Riley's in, standing up. Dust settles in here at Oldsmobile Park in Lansing tonight. The lights begin to take over. In a 5-5 game. Kick and fire. Schlicting swings and misses at a changeup. Schlicting took a long, hard swing at that baseball and came up with nothing but air. 0-2. That time was a quick throw back to first by Stitzel. Chasing Riley in. Well, whoever was throwing down in the Lugnuts bullpen is sat down already. I don't know if they're just trying to loosen someone up. Throw back to first again. And in safely is Riley. Oh, 0-1 count. Stitzel now will deliver. The runner goes. It's fouled off the right side. Out of play and in and out of sweet level. Couple of big hops. And a gentleman in a plaid shirt picks up the gift that falls right in his lap. 0-2. Open stance for Schlicting. Holding the bat shoulder high. 0-2 pitch was a pitch out this time, and the runner Riley stayed home. Runner at first for Cedar Rapids in the top of the 8th, a 5-5 game between the Kernels and Lugnuts. Stitzel works from the stretch. Comes set. Shoulder high, and the pitch, a pitch out, throw back to first by Bell. And Riley is chased in safely. 2 consecutive pitch outs. As the Lugnuts are very concerned about Patrick Riley at first base. He's got very good speed. He does go on this one. It's swung on and popped up in the infield. Shot it. Takes out the runner, Riley, but he still ran back to second. Stitzel made the squeeze in front of the mound. And there's one away. Sean Shoppett at second base was trying to deke the runner. Shuffling his feet like he had the baseball coming right at him. Then the ball was way in the infield in front of the mound. There's one away. And Mark Trumbo will be the next batter. Trumbo 0 for 2 today with a walk and a run score. He hits from the right side. In the first pitch, called for a strike to the knees, nothing in away. Several fans on the berms in left and right field. One fan out in right field, lounging back. Stretched out, watching a baseball game. It's a nice way to watch a game. Throw back to first. Riley stands up on the bag. Even stance for Trumbo when the pitch missed inside. A fastball out of the hand of Stitzel. Manager Bobby Magianis gives signs down in the third base coaching box to both Trumbo and the runner Riley. Lugnuts pitcher Sid Fold comes set, throws back to first. And Riley is chased in, standing up again. Trumbo holds the bat with one hand low before pulling it up in the Cox position. The 1-1. Down low, it just missed. 2 balls and a strike. Sittle holds the ball behind his back. Now he comes set. Now just to the side. Runner goes, swung on and missed. Throw down to second base by Bell will be in time, but Shoffett couldn't hold the baseball. Stolen bag for the left fielder Riley. For him this year, that is his 6th swipe. A good throw by Josh Bell. It was on the money, but as the foot was up for Riley, I don't know if his foot got a piece of it or if Shoffett just didn't hang on to it. Break-even pitch to Trumbo, who hits from the right side. Taken down low, it bounces away from Bell, but not far enough for the runner to advance, and the count runs full. 3 balls, 2 strikes in and out. Here in the top of the 8th, a 5-5 game between Cedar Rapids and Lansing. The Lugnuts have had 3 walk-off wins in this homestand. 2 extra inning games. And right now they're on pace to possibly play something of that nature again. Payoff pitch. Trumbo swings and hits it well towards the left center field. Going back on it, the center fielder Rodriguez. It'll be off the wall. 1 run will come home. That's Riley. He scores. Moving to second on the play, Trumbo. And the Cedar Rapids Kernels have taken the lead. It's 6-5. Well, a 5-run deficit for Cedar Rapids has been turned into a 1-run advantage. A long double off the base of the left center field wall, right off the LED board, the miles per hour reading sign out there in left center. Ball was hit well. 6-5, your new score. Cedar Rapids leads. Fonte stands in from the left side. Stidfull fires and it's grounded off the left side. Nothing at all. Sean Stidfull is product of Penn State University. He's in his 2nd year of professional baseball. Spent last year with the Auburn Doubledays. After being drafted in the 0-1, bunted in the air, foul ground behind the plate, and Bell cannot get to it as that ball was bunted about 50 feet behind the plate. 0-2 the count to Infante with a runner at second and 1 away. Here in the 8th, the 6-5 lead for Cedar Rapids. Stidfull was a 14th round selection last year in the draft. Stands ready, checking the runner. Low leg kick in the 0-2 fire, swung on, popped up in the air. Behind the screen, it will float out of play and into the stand. To the count to Infante. Taking the bat low through the zone. 4 times. Barehanded grip in the 0-2. Fouled off into the screen, and he stays alive. Infante deciding not to use the batting gloves, which has to make it hard to grip a baseball bat during certain times of the year. When it's 60, 70 degrees, it's not too bad, but earlier in the year when it's less than that. The bat has to feel like a rock in your hand. 0-2 pitch. Infante swings and fouls this one off. Nope, it gets past him. It's a wild pitch. Bell will chase it down. Safe at first, Infante. As that ball bounced off the plate and past Josh Bell. It is a ruled a wild pitch. So a strikeout will be recorded for Stidful. But move Trumbo to the mound, or to first, on the wild pitch. It is Stidful's first wild pitch of the season. Madison Edwards the next batter. He's the ninth batter in the order. The Lugnuts have the double play in order now, and Tom Signor will step out of the dugout, and I think he's going to stroll to the mound. He's having a conversation with Ken Joyce, the Lugnuts manager, before making the walk out, and now he does. As he will talk to Stidful and Bell and the rest of the infield. Gaston Baroa warming up for the Lugnuts down in the first baseline bullpen. The Lugnuts trail at 6-5 here at Oldsmobile Park tonight. Lansing led this game 5-0 after 2 innings. Cedar Rapids scored 5 runs in the top half of the 5th. They got 1 in the top of the 8th, which is where we are now, and Cedar Rapids still has runners at first and second with 1 away here in the 8th. Tom Signor will walk off the mound and back to the dugout. Slow stroll for him to make sure he gives Baroa time. Umpire broke up the meeting at the mound. Everybody back to their respective positions. Edwards stands in the batter's circle, and he hits from the left side, digging in with the left foot. Takes the bat low through the zone around the knees and squats low. Throw back to first. Will chase in the runner, Infante. Lugnuts don't want to see him advance the bag, just for the simple fact that it would take the double play out of order. Right now, a ground ball could possibly get 2 and get the Lugnuts out of this without any more harm done. Stidful with the deep breath on the mound. Comes set. Letter high. Checks and fires, and it's called for a strike on the outside corner. 0-1. Stidful resting the black glove on the hip. Now flexes the left leg. Fake to first. Fake to third. And he holds the ball in the right hand. Edwards stands ready, awaiting the 0-1 with runners at the corners. The pitch swung on and missed by Edwards. A change up by Stidful and fooled him completely. 0-2. Josh Bell will step out in front of the plate and flash signs to his defense, instructing them what to do with an 0-2 count. Edwards awaits it. Bell wants it high. 1-2 pitch. Fastball swung on and tapped foul. Just above the letters, and the count stays at 0-2. Madison Edwards points the bat towards center field once again. Standing ready for the next pitch. Everybody played back. Runner goes from first, swung on and missed. Throw down to second. Nope. Bell will hold the baseball. And the runner at second will get a stolen base. That's one of those weird things where it's very tough to call a defensive indifference. Just for the simple fact that the middle infielders broke and Bell did fake a throw down there. And Ken Joyce, the Lugnut manager, will make a long walk to the mound, and I believe that will be it for Sean Stitzel. It will, as Yason Baroa makes the stroll in from the bullpen out in first base line. The Lugnuts trail at 6-5 here to Cedar Rapids in the top of the 8th. We'll be back with the new pitcher and his numbers when we come back. Lugnuts trail 6-5. You're listening to Lansing Lugnut Baseball on Oldies 92.1.
Keeping you informed of local events. Here's Mid-Michigan News Director Todd Kuhlman with the Community News Minute on Mid-Michigan's Oldies Station, 92.1.
Our only reason to exist is to work with the school and to work with classrooms and to help students understand how the community works and functions, what their place is in that community, and how they can prosper and succeed in life.
That's Larry Richardson, President of Junior Achievement of Mid-Michigan. You can support the organization by taking part in the upcoming Capital Bancorp 5K Run for JA. The event takes place on May 21st in downtown Lansing. Registration and pledge forms are available now.
People can pick these up in stores, and you can get sponsors from anybody. And it's not how many feet you run, it's just the fact that you participate in the event.
One of the great things about the event is that the money you raise can be shared with the school of your choice.
Half the money that you raise comes back to your school to use in whatever way you want. The other half supports growing the capability of Junior Achievement to serve more schools in our community.
For more information, call 371-KIDS at 371-5437.
Every night you can see them, armed and dangerous, roaming the streets. They don't mean to kill, but they do. They're drunk and armed with a very dangerous weapon, a car.
Each year, alcohol-related crashes kill more than 16,000 Americans.
If people are caught driving drunk, some say it's time to take their cars away. What do you think?
Brought to you in the public interest and as a public service by MAD, Mothers Against Drunk Driving.
New pitcher on the hill for the Lansing Lugnuts. It is Yason Baroa, 6'4", 200 pounds, 23 years of age, a right-hander out of San Pedro de Macorís, Dominican Republic. So far this year, Baroa 0-1 with a 2.53 ERA in 7 appearances. He has 1 save. He has tossed 10 2/3. Given up 8 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, while walking 2, striking out 15, and opponents are hitting .216 against the right-hander Baroa. Brad Kuhn, the leadoff man, stands in for Cedar Rapids with runners at second and third and 2 away in the 8th. And the Kernels have a 6-5 lead. The pitch up high for ball 1. .1-0 delivery from Baroa, who comes set from the belt. Kicks it, fires. Kuhn takes a called strike this time. As the down will be a ball and a strike. Final line on, or partial line on Sean Stitzel. 2 runners on bags are his responsibility, so it's only partial. 3 runs, 2 hits. We don't know how many runs so far, 2. Or so far 1, as this is bunted foul down the first base side, just behind the plate, or just beside the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Stitzel walked 1, threw a wild pitch. He struck out 5 in his outing. Right now he's on the hook for the loss. 2-1, swung on, flat foul down the left side. It floats out of play, and the count stays at 2-2. Kuhn taking his time. Lows in his left hand, trying to keep it warm. He uses no batting gloves, just like Infante. Baroa checks the runner, the break-even pitch, and Kuhn swings and slaps on a broken bat. Laser down the left side. It will fall for a base hit. A 1 run is home. The throw coming in from left field. It will be in time to get the runner coming home, as Larry Infante is gunned down 7-2 at the plate. Brian Pettaway fires that one home. A good stop by Bell to keep in front of him and to apply the tag. So give Kuhn a single to left in RBI. And the inning will come to a conclusion. But the Kernels get 2 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors, and there was 1 man left on. We go to the bottom of the 8th. The Lugnuts trail it 7-5. You're listening to Lansing Lugnut Baseball on Oldie 92.1.
Tell me, America, what do you love?
We love baseball, hot dogs, apple pie, and Chevrolet.
Yep, some things never change, like baseball.
Bottled water, veggie wraps, Terraphones, and Chevrolet.
Did you say veggie wraps?
Ballet parking, rally monkeys, gourmet pretzels, and Chevrolet.
Rally monkeys?
Endorsement deals, cookies, pizza, satellite radio, and Chevrolet.
Okay, maybe baseball has changed a little over the years. But not America's love of the game or our love for Chevy.
Right.
I bet you'll see one of the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road right in front of you, or beside you, or behind you. And they're most likely headed to a baseball game.
Yeah.
Because some things never change.
Chevy, ice coffee, retractable roofs, and Chevrolet.
Chevy, baseball's #1 fan, America's #1 brand.
Dependability based on longevity, 1981 to July 2005. Full line light duty truck company registrations. Excludes other GM divisions. #1 brand based on car and light duty truck registrations and official manufacturer's sales reports for calendar year 2005.
Chevy, proud partner of Major League Baseball.
Say cheese, Lugnut fans. When you attend a game with a group this season, your group will have a picture taken to remember the event for years to come. It's Meyer Memories, brought to you by Meyer. Higher standards, lower prices. Just look for the Meyer photographer walking around the park and get ready to smile. Meyer Memories are great for everyone, so make sure to show off your pearly whites for your group's photo. The Lansing Lugnuts, where everyone gets to play.
Josh Bell leads it off for the Lansing Lugnuts as we move to the bottom of the 8th. 7-5 your score. Cedar Rapids leads the first pitch, and Bell takes it inside and low for ball 1. Brad Silver here with you from Oldsmobile Park in Lansing, Michigan. The Lugnuts have blown a 5-0 lead as Cedar Rapids has scored 7 unanswered, and Bell lifts this one in the deep left. Going back on it, the left fielder, he looks up, and it's gone. Riley looks up at it at the last second. He had no chance at the ball as that was all the way up on the concourse. And Bell has cut the lead to 7-6. Third home run of the year for Bell. And the Lugnuts are right back in it. Chris Howell still on the hill for Cedar Rapids. Anthony Garibaldi steps up. The pitch down low and inside for ball 1. For Bell at his RBI number 6 as Garibaldi pops one into right field. Calling for it to second baseman Albano, and he will make the play for out of 1. Huber Rodriguez will stroll to the right-hand batter's box for Lansing. Rodriguez 0 for 2 with a walk. He's also scored a run today. 7-6 your score. A home run by Josh Bell to lead off the 8th. Pitch down low and away, 1-0. That ball was absolutely crushed in the left field. 1-0 delivery, inside and low, 2 balls and no strikes. Kick in the delivery, Huber takes the call strike this time at the knees, 2-1. As the righty waits and bounces one down the third base line. It will be fouled, 2 balls, 2 strikes. The Lugnuts are out hitting Cedar Rapids right now by 2. But they're losing the battle on the runs column by a run. The Lugnuts this year have out-hit opponents quite a bit. Typically happens when you're 16-5. The 2-2 fouled off over the screen and over the right side, and the count will stay the same. When the Lugnuts out-hit an opponent, they are a perfect 12-0 this year, but right now that's in danger of falling. 2-2 pitch. Rodriguez checked his swing. It was down low and away, and the count runs full. 3 balls, 2 strikes in and out to Huber Rodriguez in a 7-6 game in the 8th. The pitch down low and away. Ball 4. He flips the bat towards the first base dugout, and Jesus Gonzalez will be the next batter. Gonzalez today 1 for 3 with a double to left center. And the pitcher Howell will have a word with his pitching coach, Kernan Ronan. And the catcher out there on the mound as well, that's Martinez. The meeting will end, trying to discuss strategy on how they want to pitch to Gonzalez. Gonzalez has hit the ball well tonight, even though he's 1 for 3. Gonzalez stands in with the bat high, and the pitch swung on and looped in the right. This will fall for a base hit. Rodriguez around second. He will take a big turn around second and truck back. Gonzalez started his swing, stopped it about halfway through, realizing it was a breaking ball, flicked his bat at it at the last second, and looped it in the right for a base hit. One of the more interesting singles you will ever see on a swing. And with 1 away, here comes Sean Shoffett. He was just trying to fight the pitch off. I don't think he ever intended on having that drop. So a base hit will likely score the tying run with the infield play, or with the outfield play back, the infield play to double play depth. Nobody holding Gonzalez at first. The pitch, Shoffett takes it outside for a called strike on the corner, 0-1. Activity brews in the bullpen for Cedar Rapids. We'll give you the name after the 0-1 pitch and spin around to chase Rodriguez back into the bag. Tim Madison warming up for Cedar Rapids. 0-1 to count to the lefty Shoffett. The pitch down low and away. 1-1. Lansing trails 7-6 here in the bottom of the 8th in what has been an absolutely crazy game. Lugnuts were up 5-0, and they trailed 7-5. Now it's 7-6, and they're trying to fight their way back into it. Howell comes set from the stretch. Checks the runner. Kicks and fires the 1-1. Swung on and missed by Shoffett, 1-2. Shoffett crowds the plate from the left side. Each runner with a 3-step lead, with no one holding him. The 1-2. Breaking ball called strike 3 on the outside corner as the backdoor slider caught the black, and there are 2 away. Jacob Butler will represent the next man up for Lansing with 2 outs. He's 1 for 4 with a run scored. He also has an RBI in the game. The Lugnuts desperately need a base hit. The outfield plays deep. And what could almost be considered no doubles depth. Pitch, Butler takes it outside and low for ball 1. They'll let the single fall pretty much and give up the 1 run to tie it. They just don't want the extra base to go, so that another run could possibly give the Lugnuts the lead. 1-0 pitch. Butler takes a breaking ball outside, around the ankles. 2 balls, no strikes. Hitting at the waist, the pitcher Howell comes set with the ball. Shoulder high, 2-0 pitch, swung on and hammered to left. Going back, Riley. He looks up, he's at the track, and it's out of here. Jacob Butler, a 3-run blast over over the left field wall. The Lugnuts have put 4 up in the 8th, and they lead it by a score of 9-7. Oh my goodness, what dramatics we have here at Olds Park this week. 9-7 is the score. Corey Patton stands in. Jacob Butler with his 4th RBI of the game on a 3-run blast, and the pitch is outside for ball 1. Patton awaits the next pitch. Breaking ball. Called for a strike on the corner. 1-1 the count. No activity in the bullpen, so I guess that Ken Joyce will let Jason Baroa work tonight. And now Baroa is in line for a win. 1-1 pitch grounded down the first base line. It is off the glove of the first baseman, Trumbo. Safe at first is Patton, and let's see how this gets ruled. That was down the line. Would have been a tough cover for the pitcher. However, Trumbo just never got in front of the ball. It is an error on the first baseman. So Patton reaches, and the Lugnuts are now trying to just add insurance runs. Metropolis stands in. He's 2 for 3. He has an RBI. There are 4 errors in the game now on Cedar Rapids. Kick and fire, swung on, grounded up the middle, a base hit for Metropolis. Holding up at second is Patton. And the Lugnuts are playing ring around the Bosie right now. Ninth batter of the inning coming up for Lansing is Brian Petaway. He's 1 for 4 tonight. Well, each team has sent up 9 batters at least once in this game. And it looks like Bobby Magianis, the manager, will point to the bullpen and call for a new pitcher here in the bottom of the 8th. The Lugnuts have 4 runs across in the 8th. It's a 9-7 game with Lansing leading. And there's a new pitcher coming on the hill for Cedar Rapids. And we'll give you his name and numbers when we come back. You're listening to Lansing Lugnut Baseball on Oldies 92.1.
Keeping you informed of local events. Here's Mid-Michigan News Director Todd Kuhlman with the Community News Minute on Mid-Michigan's Oldies Station 92.1.
You and your dog can get dialed up and help the Capital Area Humane Society at the same time. It's the 3rd annual Fur Ball, Saturday, April 29th at the University Club of MSU. President Stephen Heaven.
We do have quite an extensive silent auction with lots of smaller things for people to bid on. Then we have a live auction as well with 8 or 10 packages in there, and hopefully they will go for quite a lot of money.
All proceeds benefit the Capital Area Humane Society.
We do take in over 5,000 animals a year. We do cruelty investigations, humane education. We do spay-neuter services for the public. We do humane education. We have volunteers. So there are a lot of ways that we get involved with the community and help the community out.
Tickets are $100 each and can be reserved by calling 626-6821. And don't forget your dog.
We do have a limited number of tickets for dogs. Dogs can come out and enjoy the ultimate doggy spa. They have their own gourmet meal prepared.
Again, for tickets, call 626-6821, extension 42.
Well, all kinds of strange happenings going on here at Oldsmobile Park tonight as the Lugnuts lead 9-7. That's not the strange part. It's the fact that there have been 5 combined errors. There have been streaks of 5 runs for the Lugnuts, then 7 for Cedar Rapids, and then 4 for the Lugnuts. Lansing leads it by 2 here in the bottom of the 8th. They have runners on first and second with 2 away, and there's a new pitcher on the hill for Cedar Rapids. It is Tim Madison. He's 6'1", 225 pounds, out of Tampa, Florida, 23 years of age, and he pitched last year with the Orem Owls. Due up is Brian Petaway. He's the 9th batter of the inning here in the bottom of the 8th for Lansing. The Lugnuts trailed 7-5 coming into this half inning after Cedar Rapids put 2 on the board in the top of the 8th. My oh goodness, what a game. Petaway takes a breaking ball inside for a called strike on the corner, 0-1. Well, Charles Howell's night is almost complete. The runners at first and second are his responsibility. 0-1 count. Petaway swings, and it's a broken back grounder towards the third baseman, Schlicting, who fields and throws to first. It's in time for the 5-3 putout, and the inning will come to an end. But the Lugnuts put 4 runs on the board. They do it on 4 hits. There was 1 error by Cedar Rapids and 2 men left on for the Lugnuts. We head to the ninth. Lansing leads it 9-7. And you're listening to Lansing Lugnut Baseball on Oldies 92.1.
Come shop to Mega Mall, Michigan's most unique shopping experience. Browse through 40,000 square feet of today's and yesteryear's treasures. Over 300 booths with antiques, collectibles, books, toys, furniture, plus lots of guy stuff like hunting, fishing, and sports items. The Mega Mall, the best pricing on the widest selection of merchandise. There's sure to be something for everyone. If you like to treasure or bargain hunt, come shop the Mega Mall. Open 7 days, 11 till 6. Thursdays till 8:30. On Old 27 in North Lansing, 2 miles south of I-69 and 4 miles north of Lugnut Stadium. On the web at themegamall.net.
Hi, hon.
Hey,
Billy, what happened?
I was rushing home to catch the game. There was a train coming. I thought I could beat it. I was just about to go around the gate. Something made me slam on the brakes. It wasn't worth the risk.
Oh, Bill.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't try to beat a train, or someone you love will get hurt. Look, listen, and live. This message brought to you by Operation Lifesaver and the station.
Last call for baseball. It's closing time at Oldsmobile Park with the Lugnuts leading 9-7 in the top of the ninth as Lansing looks to complete a 4-game sweep of the Cedar Rapids Kernels, and they look to win their 7th straight game. Yes, Barola stays on the hill for the Lugnuts. In his 2nd inning of work, he came on to shut down the Kernels in the 8th. Well, due up for Cedar Rapids, it'll be Marco Albano, Brett Martinez, and Jordan Renz. Albano today is 1 for 3 with a double and 2 strikeouts. He also has an RBI. Barola works exclusively from the stretch, and he kicks and fires. Albano takes a called strike at the belt. 0-1 to begin the at-bat. Timey taps both sides of the plate, as does Albano with the back right pocket tucked down. 0-1 pitch, breaking ball called for a strike at the knees. 0-2. Well, Lansing's played a lot of close games in this homestand. Most of them have been the low-scoring variety. 0-2 pitch. Albano takes a pitch high and away for ball 1 that the crowd disagrees with. This is the first game I can think of this entire homestand where there have been balls leaving the yard left and right and offense everywhere. 16 combined runs, the most in any Lugnut game this year. 1-2, breaking ball outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Previous high was 14 back at Dayton several weeks ago. Break-even pitch to Albano. Fastball gets away from Bell. And the camera run full, 3 balls, 2 strikes with nobody out. Here in the top of the ninth at Oldsmobile Park. Lansing leads this game 9-7. Marco Albano stands in. The payoff pitch swung on and missed. Albano goes down on strikes to the delight of fans with a Marco Polo chant down by the Cedar Rapids dugout. And there's 1 away. Brett Martinez, the next batter. He's 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. Don't forget to stick around for the Farm Bureau Insurance post-game recap after the game, as that pitch missed outside for ball 1. Brought to you by our friends at Farm Bureau Insurance, making your future more predictable. Brett Martinez using an all-black bat that shines in the lights. A 1-0 count to him, and he fouls it off the end of the bat, 1-1. 1-1 delivery now, and this pitch is just missed low and away. A breaking ball that the fans in attendance wanted. They were not appeased by the umpire. 2-1 pitch from Barreau on the way now, and this is grounded over towards the right side of the infield. The first baseman Metropolis picks it up, fields it over, and tosses it to the covering Barreau. 1 away on the 3-1 putout. And there are 2 away for Cedar Rapids in the ninth, and they are down to their last out. Jordan Renz stepping up. He is 1 for 4 with a run scored. Well, timely hitting has been the name of the game for Lansing so far this year. One of the main reasons they have gotten off to the start that they've been able to do. The pitch, breaking ball, call for a strike, 0-1. That can definitely be attributed in the bottom of the 8th as well with the timely hitting. 0-1 delivery, called strike 2 at the knees. And now 3,819 fans at Oldsmobile Park will rise to their feet and clap in unison, smelling a Lugnut victory. Baroa comes set, kicks and fires, swung on and missed by Renz, and the Lugnuts win again. For Cedar Rapids in the ninth, no runs, no hits, no errors, no men left. They go down in order as Lansing wins it 9-7 here tonight at Oldsmobile Park. And the Lugnuts run their streak to 7 straight, and they sweep the Kernels out of town here this week. When we come back, the Farm Bureau Insurance post-game recap brought to you by our friends at Farm Bureau Insurance, making your future more predictable. Lugnuts win again, 9-7 the final. You're listening to Lansing Lugnut Baseball on Oldies 92.1.
The Lugnuts are teaming up with the Sparrow Foundation and MSU Athletics to support the Coaches, Athletes, and Officials for Kids campaign. The Coaches, Athletes, and Officials for Kids committees believe serious injuries to children, whether on the playing field or at home, deserve quick, expert treatment. That's why the community is supporting Sparrow to build the area's first and only pediatric emergency room. The PDR project is part of a plan to expand Sparrow's Level 1 Trauma Center in the next 2 years. Sparrow, getting you back in the game. If you'd like to get involved in this project, call 364-5690.
In giving or volunteering, we improve more lives when we work together. Because you gave to the Capital Area United Way last fall, people will have food to eat, receive emergency assistance, and children will have mentors to help them become happy and healthy. On behalf of the thousands that benefit from the United Way funded services, thank you. Because without your support, some of the community services many depend on would not be available. Together we can get results that no one can accomplish alone. Thank you for investing in what matters, our community, the Capital Area United Way.
Once again, the Lugnuts are teaming up with Auto Owners Insurance for 3 special collectible giveaways this season. This year, we're bringing you 3 new hand-painted figurines with player autographs and individually stamped with your piece number. Our second giveaway will be Corey Patterson on Friday, June 30th. The first 2,500 fans through the gate will receive this collectible Corey Patterson figurine, courtesy of Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people.
Nothing comes between a commercial cutter and their Bad Boy mower. Harrington's Lawn and Power Equipment is proud to introduce Bad Boy mowers to the Lansing market. They have 4 distinct advantages over other commercial mowers. Framed stronger, easier access, more power, and a longer life. If you're cutting grass, Harrington's Lawn and Power Equipment has a huge selection of mowers. Family owned and offering the service you deserve. Prices that can't be beat. Harrington's Lawn and Power Equipment. Corner of N99 and Vermontville Highway in Dimondale. Harrington's and Bad Boy mowers. See why both are market leaders.
Whether it's taking you home on a long stretch of highway or across town, your vehicle craves spring cleaning. Complete Automotive Tire Service of DeWitt is offering 25% off automotive detailing throughout April. Interior and exterior, 25% off at Complete Automotive Tire and Service of DeWitt. When you need a tune-up or new Cooper tires for all your automotive needs, honest and dependable care is what you receive. They work with you to make sure you get the best deal. Just off of US 27 south of Brown Lake Road, Complete Automotive Tire and Service of DeWitt, 669-2725.
Well, welcome back to Oldsmobile Park in beautiful downtown Lansing, Michigan, where the Lugnuts win again 9-7 over the Cedar Rapids Kernels, completing the 4-game sweep. They have won 7 in a row and they are now 7, and they went 7-1 on this now completed homestand here at Oldsmobile Park. Just an amazing run by the Lugnuts. And welcome into the Farm Bureau Insurance post-game recap brought to you by our friends at Farm Bureau Insurance, making your future more predictable. Good to have you along, everybody. Brad Tillery here with you. And this is how everything went down tonight. What a crazy night it was of baseball here at Oldsmobile Park. Sean Choppett led the game off with a single for the Lugnuts. Moved to second on a walk by Corey Patton. Moved to third on a single by Joey Metropolis. And on that play, Travis Schlicting, the third baseman for the Cedar Rapids Kernels, threw the ball away, making it 1-0, and allowed Patton to go to third base on the play. 2 batters later, Josh Bell singled deep in the hole on the left side, and that scored Patton, making it 2-0. Then in the second inning, the Lugnuts scored 3 runs. Huber Rodriguez came home on a single by Jacob Butler. On that same play, a fielding error by Patrick Riley allowed Sean Choppett to score and made it 4-2. And a couple of plays later, Joey Metropolis sacrificed fly to center field, made it 5-0 in favor of the Lugnuts after just 2 innings of play. But in the 5th, the Cedar Rapids Kernels scored 5 runs, beginning like this. Mark Trumbo led it off with a walk. Larry Infante did the same. He walked as well. Then a throwing error by Josh Bell, the catcher, into center field, allowed both runners to move up the bank, second and third, with 1 away, and Brad Kuhn grounded out to the right side of the infield, making it 4-3, moving each runner up and scoring a run. 5-1 was the score. Then Marco Albano stepped up. He doubled into right field, making it 5-2. He moved to third on a single after a walk by Brett Martinez. A single by Jordan Renz moved Albano to third, and it loaded the bases for Patrick Riley, who hit a double to left center field, scoring 3 runs on the play, and that made it 5-5 in favor of Cedar Rapids. The Kernels took the lead in the 8th with 2 runs. Patrick Riley singled, stole a bag, and scored on a double by Travis Schlicting, who later came home on a single by Brad Kuhn, making it 7-5. It looked like the Kernels would be in control of the game from there. But in the bottom of the 8th, the Lugnuts sent 9 runners to the plate. Josh Bell led it off with a solo homer over the left center field wall. Then Huber Rodriguez walked, moved to second on a Jesus Gonzalez single, and they all came home when Jacob Butler blasted his 3rd home run of the year over the left center field wall, putting the Lugnuts up 9-7. It was Butler's second, third, and 4th RBIs of the night, and it proved to be the game winner as Lansing takes home the victory. Yeson Baroa nailed down the ninth and picked up the win for the Lugnuts. For Cedar Rapids tonight, 7 runs on 8 hits. They had 4 errors in the game, which proved to be costly in the end, and they stranded 3, 4, 5 runners. For the Lugnuts, 9 runs on 12 hits. There was 1 error, and the Lugnuts stranded 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 runners on the backs. Winning pitcher tonight is Yeson Baroa. He will move to 1-1 on this young season. The loss will go to the reliever, Chris Howell, who gave up all 4 runs in the 8th inning, and he falls to 1-1. Time of the game, well, it was just under 3 hours, about 2 hours and 50 minutes, and the attendance 3,819 here at Oldsmobile Park this evening. Well, when we come back, we will run you down the Midwest League and Major League scoreboard and get you set for tomorrow, the beginning of an 8-game road trip. This has been the Farm Bureau Insurance post-game recap, brought to you by our friends at Farm Bureau Insurance, making your future more predictable. We'll be back with more of the post-game show when we come back. You're listening to Lansing Lugnut Baseball on Oldies 92.1.
You've been listening to Lugnuts Baseball on Lansing's Good Time Oldies station, Oldies 92.1. This broadcast brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance, making your future more predictable. Last you, your credit union for life. Pepsi, it's the Cola. Oldsmobile General Motors, proud sponsor of the Lansing Lugnuts. Stay here. The Lugnuts Oldsmobile postgame with Brad Tillery is next.
Future's looking better and brighter every day. We're neighbors and friends who stand beside you all the way. Always there when you need us. People you can trust. Your family and future are always safe with us. We're making your future more predictable. That's why so many people all over Michigan have learned who they can count on time and time again. Working together the best that we can be for your security. We're making your future more predictable. Farm Bureau Insurance. Farm Bureau Insurance.
The bond between food and Pepsi is a storied tradition. It is a bond of respect and admiration.
I just know that when I come out of the piping hot oven covered in cheese and pepperoni, I'm a little disoriented. But then I see that beautiful blue and red and white eye gazing at me. I know I'm not alone.
A bond that says where there's a pizza and a Pepsi, things are going to be okay.
And that's when I knew who I was. I'm a pizza. And proud of it. You know, it's because of... Oh, thank you, Pepsi. It really, it meant a lot.
It's a bond of... Well, you say it, Mr. Pizza.
Love. I love you, Pepsi. I'm a pizza, and I love Pepsi. There, I said it.
Pepsi, food's good. Pepsi, it's the cola.
You're listening to Oldies 92.1, WQTX, St. John's, Lansing.
Here's Brad Tillery with the Lugnuts Oldsmobile postgame show on Lansing's Good Time Oldies station, Oldies 92.1.
Well, welcome back into the broadcast. The post-game show underway as the Lugnuts win their 7th in a row and they sweep the Cedar Rapids Kernels. A final score of 9-7 tonight as Lansing picks up yet another victory. And the Lugnuts have now improved to 17-5 on the year, and they will hit the road for 8 games in 9 days, beginning tomorrow tomorrow in the Swing of the Quad Cities, where the Lugnuts will head next. Well, let's take you around the scoreboard. First in the Midwest League. Here are the latest scores we got. South Bend beat Clinton today, 4-3, over in South Bend, Indiana. Over the way, just not too far away at West Michigan, 5-2 the final there. West Michigan beats Kane County. 6-1, Wisconsin's on top of Fort Wayne. That game in the top of the 8th. Southwest Michigan shutting out Burlington right now. That game top 9. And in the top of the 5th, Peoria over Dayton, 4-3. In the Major League side of things, first in the American League, bottom of the 7th, Baltimore leads Seattle 5-2. In the bottom of the 6th, 4-3 the score, Texas over Cleveland. Top of the 7th, Detroit shutting out Minnesota right now, 6-0 at Comerica Park. In the bottom of the 8th, it's Toronto over the Yankees. That game 5-0. Oh, that's in the bottom of the 6th, rather. And by the way, that Detroit game, Chris Shelton with his 10th home run of the year. Bottom of the 6th as well, Tampa Bay shutting out Boston 5-0. Top of the 4th, 2-1 the score. Oakland over Kansas City. And later tonight, the White Sox visit the Angels. One final in the National League. The Cubs beat the Brewers today 6-2. Everything else in the National League, most of it still underway. 1-1 the score between Philadelphia and Pittsburgh in the Battle of Pennsylvania. That game bottom of the 7th. After 6 innings of play, 3-2 the score. Cincinnati over Houston right now. The Mets shutting out the Braves at Turner Field 3-0. That game in the bottom of the 6th. After 5 innings, the Rockies lead Florida 2-1 down in Miami. Bottom of the 2nd, 5-1 the score. Washington over St. Louis. Later on tonight, the Dodgers in San Diego. And Arizona will visit San Francisco. Well, we will come back. We will wrap this broadcast up and get you set for the upcoming road trip. 8 games in 9 days. The Lugnuts are on the road. And we'll be back with more of the postgame show in just a minute. You're listening to Lansing Lugnut Baseball on Oldies 92.1.
Keeping you informed of local events. Here's Mid-Michigan News Director Todd Kuhlman with the Community News Minute on Mid-Michigan's oldies station, 92.1.
Our only reason to exist is to work with the school and to work with classrooms and to help students understand how the community works and functions, what their place is in that community, and how they can prosper and succeed in life.
That's Larry Richardson, president of Junior Achievement of Mid-Michigan. You can support the organization by taking part in the upcoming Capital Bancorp 5K Run for JA. The event takes place on May 21st in downtown Lansing. Registration and pledge forms are available now.
People can pick these up in stores, and you can get sponsors from anybody. And it's not how many feet you run, it's just the fact that you participate in the event.
One of the great things about the event is that the money you raise can be shared with the school of your choice.
Half the money that you raise comes back to your school to use in whatever way you want. The other half supports growing the capability of Junior Achievement to serve more schools in our community.
For more information, call 371-KIDS. That's 371-5437.
Driving through the snow, the holiday party would say, everyone's going home, no worries on the way. Everything's safe and sound on all the roads in sight. Remembering not to drink and drive, gets everyone home tonight. Oh, it's holiday time, please don't drink and drive.
Happy holidays from Mothers Against Drunk Driving. This season, remember, don't drink and drive. Visit us at MAD.org and make a donation in support of MAD programs. That's MADD.org.
Well, the Lugnuts win it 9-7 tonight over the Cedar Rapids Kernels. Lansing moves to 17-5 on the year. What an amazing start for the Lugnuts. And they have a 7-game win streak that they will carry on the road with them. Tomorrow morning, the bus pulls out around 7 a.m., and the Lugnuts will head to Davenport, Iowa to take on the Swing of the Quad Cities for 4 games, and then off to Peoria after that. Tomorrow, Russ Savickas on the hill for Lansing, a right-hander, 1-0 with a 1.52 ERA. He'll face Kyle Sadlowski in a spot start, who is 0-0 with a 4.63 ERA, a right-hander. First pitch is set for 7:30 Eastern Time. We will hit the air right here on Oldies 92.1 and around 7:20 Eastern Time, live from Davenport, Iowa at John O'Donnell Stadium, the site of this year's Midwest League All-Star Game. Until tomorrow, a few people to thank. First of all, I want to thank the great people at Mid-Michigan Radio Group for all the hard work they do in putting us on the air every night. Also want to thank the people with MinorLeagueBaseball.com for streaming our games through LansingLugnuts.com. And I want to thank the hardest working staff in all of minor league baseball, the men and women of the Lansing Lugnuts, who work very, very hard every day, and they are the best at what they do. One final time from Oldsmobile Park this evening. Lugnuts win it in comeback fashion, just like they seemingly always do. 9-7, the final score tonight. Lansing has now won 7 in a row, and they hit the road tomorrow for 8 games in 9 days. Until tomorrow night, this is Brad Tillery saying goodbye, everybody, and we hope you have a safe and pleasant night. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
You've been listening to the Lugnuts Oldsmobile Postgame Show on the exclusive home for Lugnuts baseball on the radio. Lansing's Good Time Oldies Station, Oldies 92.1.